Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 831 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Glad to see familiar names on the board nice and early because, guys, this is not just any day. This is Steeler game day. That's right. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals tonight on an 8:15 start on Thursday Night Football and kicking off Week 7. The Steelers coming in with a 4-1 record, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, who have a 2-4 record. Is that what it is? 2-4?
I believe so. Yeah.
Hoping to expand on their lead in the division, guys. Not only in the division, but also in the AFC and even in the big picture overall. They're in the top 4 when you're talking about the 4 top teams record-wise in the league. So it's time to get excited because, guys, I think I think tonight, I hope tonight, I sure do. I think tonight, guys, that the Steelers are going to win. I think they're going to put us at 5-1, and then we're going to have extra days to get ready for Green Bay and then Indianapolis, who I was looking at their schedules, Mike, and I got to be honest with you, these 3 other teams that have one loss like we do, they didn't have great schedules either. So as people continue to go on about these Steelers and they haven't played anybody, take a look at Tampa Bay, take a look at Green Bay, and also at Indianapolis. Their schedules are rather weak as well. And again, it is what it is. Here we are sitting, and we're passing a third of the season heading into Week 7. So this is where we're at right now. We're building ourselves a nice little lead within the division to hope we could sustain and also hold on all the way to the end of the year and get a top seed. But still, there's a lot of football to be played between now and then. A lot of things to talk about heading into tonight's game. There's going to be a couple key storylines, and this one would be the 81 years old worth of quarterback play. The starting quarterbacks in this game. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old, Joe Flacco, just 40, the young one in the group. And you know what? It's gonna be a good time. The Bengals, of course, losing their superstar quarterback Joe Burrow for most of the season, Cincinnati was involved in apparently a controversial transaction last week by bringing Joe Flacco. You would think by the way that we're reacting, we'd be living in our fears over here, but I just think that we should get ready for this team, get in, get this win, get the hell out of Cincinnati, come home and prepare for these next 2 games against 2 teams like us that have 1 loss at this point of the season. So a lot of things to go over today, guys. Injuries, scoop news, all kind of stuff. But first of all, I think that it's important to welcome, very important to welcome, somebody who's gone through something that only most of us have dreamt about, had a nightmare about, if you will, when you were a kid. Have you ever had the dream that you went to school naked? And you're looking around and everybody's looking at you and you don't know why you don't have any clothes on. And then everyone else is wondering why you don't have any clothes on. And you're sitting there in embarrassment because you're naked in front of all your peers. And in school, this might have been, I don't know, 25 kids, give or take. But in our case, it was more. It was more than 25 kids. It was the entire internet. So I give this person all the respect in the world. I think it was time, Mike. I think it was time.
Yeah.
For this to happen. Of course, nobody's ever seen Derpy through the first 3 years of being on the show with us. I think the storyline it took its root, and I think that it's time, Mike. I think that it's time that somebody who's been a big part of this show for the first 3 of the first 4 years here is coming on non-incognito, Mike. We'd like to welcome everybody today, the brand new face of Derpy. Welcome, Derpy. Welcome to the show. There he is, guys. Losing his face covering virginity, if you will, right here on the show. Derpy, I think you're a good-looking guy. I think you're even better looking when you got your Steelers gear on in the Steelers stadium in the background. Great to have you on, sir. How does it feel to be on the show? Again, I seen you doing other things, so it's not your first, but how does it feel to be on the show now and see the audience, see the viewers? They see you back, and how's it feel to settle in?
Better than the other day without my shirt on.
That's a statement.
Now, let me ask you this, Derpy. What went through your mind? Because you could tell the look on your face, when you realized that you were sitting there half naked. You could tell it was a deer in the headlights look. You looked like you would rather have been dead at that moment. Yep. What was going through your head as that at that moment? It felt like 30 years, but it was literally about 4 seconds. Derpy, what was going through your head?
I was like, oh crap. I didn't even, it was an accident too. I took my shirt off prior to the thing, and then I set my headset down on the computer, and then it revealed myself. So.
Oh. And you know what? You've worked so hard, and I got to give you credit, Derpy. You've made a good run. You went years without revealing yourself. So you made a really good run, and it didn't end the way that you wanted it to. It kind of went without your decision. But you know what? I think that you're a great-looking guy. Again, looking at the man getting ready for the Steelers in front of me, as I see on this terrible board stacking up this morning. Everybody's ready for the Steeler game, and I do want to say, Derpy, congratulations, my man, and welcome to the next step. And again, I think everybody's looking forward to seeing the face of the voice that they've been hearing for years here on the show, as am I, Derpy. So welcome to the show. This is the first Two Dumb Yinzer moment with the face of Derpy, everybody. There it is. You're seeing history. So there you are, guys.
Here we go, baby.
Derpy's in the house, my man. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me check.
Comments are killing me.
I got to see what's going on in this comment board. I do want to say good morning to everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 831 of the Two Dumb Yinzers. That's right, Mike. Just 169 episodes short of the big 1,000 milestone. We'll be there before you know it. But before we get to that point, we have to talk a lot about what's going on tonight in the city of Cincinnati. Our Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, over in Cincy, getting ready for these Bengals. The Steelers are 5.5 point favorites. And just like Derpy, the Steelers will be wearing their black jerseys as well, because the Bengals are trying to go with the whole whiteout thing. Mm-hmm. And they're going with their white uniforms and the white crowd and white clothes in the crowd. I'm sorry. And we're going in with our black jerseys, which I love. It gives you the home field vibe, and I always love watching our Steelers in the black jerseys. So for me, this works out. You know what? Keep it that way. If we could keep coming to your stadium wearing our black jerseys, I'd be thrilled with that. But nonetheless, guys, we're going over to kick some ass tonight. Joe Flacco will be starting for the quarterback for the Bengals, fellas. And also, this wasn't the case just 2 weeks ago. We were salivating at the idea of getting our hands on Jake Browning in the Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, the big trade or whatever the hell it was that went down with Joe Flacco just last week, guys. Bit controversial, of course. You've seen you've seen what was said with Coach Tomlin earlier and such. So, guys, all that stuff really is irrelevant. But again, Derpy looking good with the black. The Steelers are going to look good with the black tonight. We're going to go into Cincinnati, get this win. Let me say good morning to everybody. Mike, how's your hand?
It still hurts. It's still, I'm getting the grip better. Look. I can get further down. Everyone,
You said Derpy?
Derpy, look. Yeah, I see it right there. It's not as good as this one.
It's not as good as that one.
Not as good as that one, but it's getting there, fellas. It's getting there.
You're looking good. Mike, what did you see? I didn't know that you were icing your hand yesterday. I got to be honest with you. I was watching back yesterday after the show, and I noticed that you were icing your hand the whole episode. If I would have known, only if I would have known that this was going on, because I don't sit there and stare at you throughout the course of the whole show. But again, I did see you icing away, Mike. You were just with this ice the whole show, 2 hours.
Yeah, yesterday, the pain was unbearable yesterday. I was like going to soldier through, wait till the kids get home from school. I had to go pick someone up. I was like, I'd do all my pain med shopping then. It was like 3 o'clock hit, and I was seeing stars. I'm like, nope, I got to go get something. I needed something to take down the swelling, and I got it today. My hand's more swollen than it was yesterday, but there's not a lot of pain. So either that's a good sign or a bad sign. Like, good sign, it's swelled up so much the nerve endings have just, ripped apart. Or, I'm in the clear. I'm on the downside of the injury. I will be ready to play. I'm a game time player, unlike Cam Hayward. I'll be there.
Well, I got to say this, Mike. I was wondering when this all went down. You were telling me about it. And I thought, oh, yeah, this has been the past week. Mike goes, I don't know. I did this back in January. So apparently this is
before. I did it earlier in the year, and then I did it again now. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This time is worse.
I've never heard you mention this hand. It's peculiar.
Like when I did last time when I did it, it was just sore. Yeah. And it kind of hurt to move, and I could move. This time, I can't move it at all for the most part. So it's a bit different.
So, guys, let's get into the board. I don't want to leave anybody out. This is game day. It's time to get into it. It's time to get excited because in about 8 hours, as a matter of fact, 8 hours and 2 minutes, the kickoff is scheduled for the big Steelers and Bengals game tonight. A lot of things going on today's show. We're going to try to figure out what it's going to take to beat Cincinnati. We're going to look at overs and unders for the game tonight. And also, we're going to get some picks in. Of course, don't forget, if you are in on the CBS pick'ems, get in and get your picks in, at least for tonight's game. You can take a little longer on the rest of them. But as soon as the Steeler game starts tonight, you will not be able to select that game anymore. So if you want to get in and get that extra win, if you will, get in and place your bets on the CBS Pick'em. It costs absolutely nothing. Mike will put the link up on the terrible board. Just hit the link, go in. It costs nothing. Takes about 30 seconds to do. So get in and do that. And again, good luck. It's a lot of fun. We've been having a blast with it so far. Let me get to the board, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Phil the Steel. He says, what's up, you freaking Yinzers? What's up, brother? Great seeing Phil on the board. You know what, Mike and Derpy, there's nothing quite like Phil the Steel on game day. I got to be honest with you. We've known him for a couple seasons here on the show. But he is certainly a big piece of game day in the Steeler games for us here on the show.
He's a different animal on game.
I got to respond to a comment.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Feel the Steel? This one's for you. Boom!
Oh, there you go. Oh, I like that, Mike. Look at you. Look at him, Mike. He looks like a whole different guy. The microphone.
Can we go back to the logo?
Phil the Steel.
I'm already annoyed looking at him.
He says, yo, Derps, boom! And then Tortilla says, Derpy! So everybody's excited to see Derpy back this morning. I got to be honest, so am I. Phil the Steel says, tonight I want to see Blitzburg and no freaking 3-and-outs from the Steelers offense. You get the ball back, score MF and points, steal Corey says, here we go, rocking the Rodgers jersey today for the game tonight. I'm feeling more confident about a win tonight, but I will have to watch with one eye tonight at least We're up by 2 to 3 touchdowns, LOL, which is better than what Mike got going on. Mike actually works in the middle of the night. He goes out about 2 in the morning. So if he plans on getting any sleep, you'll be missing a lot of this, Mike. I know you don't like these Thursday games.
I hate these Thursday games because I do have to work, and everyone at work is like, "Oh, what do you mean you're not watching the game?" I'm like, I'm here an hour before y'all.
I gotta be honest.
I gotta sleep. Where do you guys? Oh, we're gonna take a nap during the day. It must be nice.
I gotta be honest with you. I now that I can see Derpy, I want to talk to him more. Look at him.
You can talk to.
I'm not saying that I don't want to talk to you. I'm just saying I just feel
no. I'll go ice my.
I just feel more drawn to him. More personally drawn to him. I like this. I like it a lot.
Well, and then he keeps fading in and out of his existence.
That's all right.
Too.
Look at that. All right.
Oh God, he's too close. Get back.
See, you know what? I seen him without this shirt. That does nothing to me. That face did nothing for me. As far you know what I mean. I actually enjoyed that. It was a delight. After last, matter of fact, 1 week ago, the big reveal here on the show. But let's move on. Tortilla says John Gruden has a great matchup breakdown on YouTube. I didn't know the Steelers are number 1 in yards after the catch. They are, and the Bengals give up the most yards after the catch.
Yep.
So you're starting to look at this matchup, Derpy, and you're thinking things are really starting to look our way. Is there anything about this game to you that concerns you at all? That the word trap game has not come up enough this week, because last week we really overused it, and then we went out there and simply beat Cleveland. Do you think that people were just feeling that way because of what happened with Cleveland, or do you think that people don't think that this is a trap game at all? Because again, Derpy, I've heard that term none this week.
It could go either way, but I feel confident in the Steelers tonight. The only concern is 2 words: Mike Tomlin.
Okay, fair enough.
History.
Fair enough. Let's get back at it. Phil says, let Big 80 eat tonight. I hope so, guys. Got to stick around for the overs and unders. We're going to try to figure out where the Big 80 is going to land tonight as far as numbers go. Tortilla says the Falcons just beat the Bills. I don't know how easy the schedule is. Still have to execute. Well, the Falcons certainly did, but the Falcons got shut out by the Panthers the week before, 30-0.
Yeah.
So that's my only argument about what you're saying, Tortilla. And they're not one of the teams that only has 1 loss. So in all fairness, the teams that have 1 loss, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, ourselves, and Green Bay, not tough schedules early on. I don't know what's going on with the Falcons. However, again, I do know they got shut out 30-0 by the Carolina Panthers and then turned around and beat Buffalo. So again, I'm not sure what the hell's going on in this league. I'm here for it, Mike. This is certainly the kind of season that benefits us this year.
Oh yeah, yes it does, man. Like I said yesterday, man, if we go out and take care of business while the other supposed good teams are tripping over their own dicks right now, that's better for us. We can start to separate ourselves from a lot of the competition. Build, like you said, man, stack those wins early so we have a nice little cushion in case something does come up down the road where we stumble for a game or 2. But if we can build on this success that we've had leading into this game and keep it going, and get out of there with a victory, just get out and handle business, we're going to be sitting good. We're going to have a stranglehold on the AFC North, and we'll be sitting pretty in the AFC. And we're going to, like I said, we're kind of a little separation between us and everyone else. Because they're losing to teams that they should beat. And now we're going to beat the teams that we should beat. That Pittsburgh hasn't done that in a while. Yeah. Since Ben retired, right. We haven't really consistently beat those teams that we should beat. So if we can do that now, that shows that the way they built this team, man, they know what types of players they wanted, and they went out and got them and totally changed the locker room culture for the better. But they have to go out there and handle business. They cannot trip over their own dicks like Buffalo has been. So we got to do it now.
Okay, no, you're right, man. It's the thing is about this team. Again, once Baltimore comes back next week, if you look at their schedule, it gets considerably easier. If you look at somebody has the Dolphins coming up. So again, those games that are going to be won, I think, rather easily by these teams that we are, in competition with, Mike. I think, they're going to start getting their wins. So this is where it gets interesting for us because we're going to win, hopefully, the games we're supposed to win to this point. So if we beat Cincinnati tonight, we'll be sitting at 5-1. Now, these next 2 games, Mike, it's definitely a litmus test of what this football team really is, this Pittsburgh team from top to bottom, the coaching, the confidence, the players, personnel, everything like that, because You're going to get Green Bay next week, who a lot of teams consider a contender for the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And also you're going to get the following week, this Indianapolis team, Mike, who has just been doing a lot of great things so far this season. So they're not Buffalo. They're not Baltimore. They're not Philly, not Kansas City. Take those 4 teams, forget their records, and just put them aside for a second. Now you have the second tier of good teams in the league this year, which end out being Indianapolis, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, teams like this. So now that's going to be a big test for us, Mike, to see where we stand in that second tier of teams before we can move on. If we come out and we beat Green Bay and then we beat Indianapolis, just let's say, imagine how good we're going to be feeling 3 weeks from now if that's the case. So, if we continue to win and start winning a couple of those games that people don't expect us to, it doesn't matter if Baltimore gets Miami. It doesn't matter if the Browns get this team because, again, we're doing what we got to do. And I think that's a point they're really trying to push across this year. I certainly know Mike Tomlin, he was adamant the other day saying, we're not worried about what anybody in this league is doing and other players as well. We just have to worry about what we're doing. And that's the best case scenario because if you could worry and worry and worry all you want, it's not going to matter what anybody else is doing because you have no control. The only thing you control is getting to 5-1 tonight and figuring out a way, putting a game plan together, getting your leaders together and figuring out a way to play your best football in the following 2 weeks, Mike, to get at least 1, maybe 2. Because again, if you win both of those games, you're going to be 7-1 with 2 wins against Green Bay and Indianapolis. Again, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but this is seriously we're 3 weeks away from this actually being a reality, Mike, and this could be the topic on the show. So again, 1 game at a time. Yes, Cincinnati is the most important game ever, right at the moment. But after this, Mike, we might have a lot to talk about moving forward because the next game, again, is just its next level. Yes, it's not one of those top teams. And again, those teams are struggling. I acknowledge this. But, Mike, it is a team that's in supposedly our tier this year of how we're performing, how they're performing. And I think that tells a lot about this team, and it starts to shed the naysayers a hair. I mean, of course, you're never going to get rid of all the Steelers trolls, but at the end of the day, Mike, it starts to place you in the league and puts you in a place and gives the people an idea of what the Steelers are. Right now, people aren't sure what to make of it. They don't know if they don't know if we're any good. They don't know if again, big game tonight, biggest game of the season. Figure out how to beat Cincy. We'll get on Green Bay after that, Mike. What's your response?
Well, the beauty thing about what we do is we're, unlike the Steelers, we have the luxury of, like you said, looking ahead to like, hey, man, if this team does start 7-1, that's the beauty about, what we do here is we can't think ahead. Whereas the Steelers, I think in years past would look ahead, but the way they built this team, bringing in Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Ramsey, 2 leaders on offense and defense who have been there, done that. They know what it takes to win a Super Bowl, and they have everyone focused. Everyone has bought into whatever the Steelers are selling, and every free agent we picked up has bought in, and you're hearing it in the interviews. People are asking about, Baltimore. Like, we don't care what's going on at Baltimore. We're worried about the game. This team is focused. But yeah, man, if we can jump out to 7-1, narratives are going to change quickly.
Absolutely.
They're going to change in big time about the capability of this team, about Aaron Rodgers, about Arthur Smith. It's going to change. And, but the team and the coaches have to hold up their end of the bargain. They have to keep that same focus throughout. And can they do it? I think they can because, they changed 11 out of 22 starters. And you're not hearing any weird shit coming out of the locker room about any discontent. No one complaining about catches. No one complaining about, I'm not getting enough playing time on defense. There's none of that. There's no malcontents on this team. And that was like the big worry bringing in some of these guys. But everyone, it's just chugging along, man. So if you keep winning, that attitude's just going to get better and better. And the better attitude you have, you're probably going to play better. You're going to play looser. You're going to trust the guy next to you more. And you've noticed one thing, the mental errors on the defense, especially in the secondary. Have you seen any of the past couple weeks?
None. It's amazing. Especially in a pass interference happy league with these referees. No, you're right.
Yeah, I haven't seen any big pass interference penalties, which I guarantee you tonight they're going to target JPJ. He's going to have 1 or 2 against him. The rest are going to be looking for it. But like the breakdowns in coverage, I haven't seen any. And that's, if they're locking it up on the back end like that, the way the front's playing now, getting pressure, this defense, man, it might live up to their preseason hype. Not as much as they were wanting it to be as a legendary group, but I think this be a damn good defense, and it's rounding into form. Offense is rounding into form at the right time. What was it? People were saying that, like, the first 4 weeks of the preseason. A lot of teams look pretty good that first 4 weeks. They're not looking so good now. Steelers were struggling those first 4 weeks. Guess what? We're looking pretty good now. And I think we're on the right trajectory where some of these topper end teams, man, I think they're going to hit a downfall and then level off and plateau, where I think the Steelers are just going to keep going.
Well, I mean, there's really nothing to indicate that is I mean, in all fairness, if I can play devil's advocate,
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing to indicate that we're going to have a super season. We're kind of going off of feel. We're kind of going off of emotion.
Yeah.
We're kind of going off of a team that beat a team that hasn't won by 2 points. A team that wins a couple other games maybe by less than they should have. So again, Mike, I'm still in the middle of the road in the realistic view of things. I still think that, we still have a lot to prove. However, we put ourselves in a position to be able to do that, to be able to convince people that we do have a good team. In fact, if that is in fact the case, if we continue to play well, find ways to win, we've given ourselves the perfect opportunity to do just that. So again, in the overall picture, yes, they're the Steelers. I want to see them win every game, but just being real, I don't know if they've showed me enough to show that we can make the run yet, Mike. We are improved. We do look better than we have in the past 5 years, give or take. But again, until we do it, it's always going to be a topic of discussion. Are the Steelers any better? Did they get better? Did they improve enough? Can they be the team? Because again, Mike, even with these other teams not having such a great start, we're still not even being mentioned in the class with those names. And you got to win the football games first before you get the accolades. And I think that's the case. So my best advice for the Steelers: 1 week at a time, every game is your Super Bowl. And it's going to be psychological. It's going to be psychological. And, you get the guys to go out there and play their best game. And again, Mike, still far from playing their most complete game of the season. So we may see that tonight. We may not. But at the end of the day, let's keep it real, 1 week at a time. But I hope, as you do, Mike, I hope that we're sitting high atop the AFC when the time comes and the playoff seeding start to matter, because I would love nothing more than to get a bye in January, get to sit back and watch what lowest seed we get to face off in the following week. But again, it all starts tonight in Cincinnati, Ohio, guys. Could be a nastier place, but we're heading there. We're going to play a football game. We're going to get the win. We're going to come home and we're going to get ready for Green Bay, guys. Mike, I'm going to jump back on the board. All right, here we go. I'm going to go right here to right there. Okay. Field is still no 3 and outs. Freaking Smith. Tyrone says, here we go, Steelers. That's right, baby. What's up, dude? Always great seeing Tyrone on the terrible board. Mark Malone says Derpy was rocking out with his cock. We can't confirm that, but you know what? I don't even want to think about it. If it's true, if it's not true, I just want it as far out of my mind as possible. Let's see, Corey, what's up, dude? Nice seeing Corey on the board as always. Incogito. All right. Diddy Derpy is what Tortilla's saying. Feel the Steel, of course, just like the rest of us, is excited to have Derpy back with the applause emoji you see there on the terrible board. And then he follows that up by saying, is he wearing Debo? Is that a Debo jersey? Derpy, what's going on? I can only see one number.
Yes, sir, it is.
92. Yep, there you go. And one quick thing, did anybody catch this? Speaking of these Cincinnati Bungles, guys, Chad Ochocinco said he's going to beat James Harrison's ass, is what he said. Let me read you what I had written down. Chad Ochocinco Johnson says he's going to beat the shit out of James Harrison in their boxing match. Guys, any chance James Harrison doesn't wipe the floor with Chad Ochocinco? Have this be factual and go down.
And Ochocinco does have the wingspan.
He
can jab him. He can jab him and keep him away. But if Debo gets inside, it's a different story there, man. That reach advantage. Man.
What do you think?
One's a Super Bowl champion. One's a playoff first rounder exit.
And you know what? One of them guys put, Mike, I recall them saying in Derpy, he puts roughly about $120,000 in his body every year for the building of his body. And you know what? You better damn well be big and strong if you're putting that kind of money in, and that is what James Harrison does. I don't know what weightlifters do.
But
my money's on Debo, though.
That's the thing.
I'm taking Debo in this one as well. Let's get back on the board here.
I'm taking Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Let's see. Tyrone. He says, I love the black jerseys. My whole entire life, I would rather wear them wear the black jerseys than nothing. I would like to be the way the Cowboys do everywhere. Just wear black jerseys all the time.
I miss
Like
the
how they
color
do
rush
with the white.
jerseys. Though.
What's that, Derps?
I miss the color rush jerseys.
Yeah,
Color rush.
they'll come back. They'll come back eventually. I think this year they're trying to big sell on the old the throwback ones, which I don't hate. I do like them kind of, but I did like the color rush as well. Phil the Steel says it's a home game for the Steelers, Steeler country in Cincinnati, baby. That's right. We'll be traveling. No two ways about that.
Cincinnati's in Kentucky.
Yeah, close enough. We'll be taking the the terrible towels with us and packing that stadium tonight.
Get the Bengal fans going down the Escaloosa early, boys.
Corey says the last whiteout game a Pennsylvania team had was a disaster for that team, wasn't it? So it's all good. I'm trying to not
what kind
be
of team could that be,
too
Mike?
hyped, but I'm ready for some football. I don't know. I can't.
I don't know. Some shitty, overrated team that is top 10 in college for wins since the 1880s. But I'm in the transfer portal of the fandom.
Yeah,
so
they have
I'm taking all.
Yeah, they have
applicants.
most overall success just as much as these lowly Pitt Panthers do.
I know, right?
You can win them regular season games all you want, I guess.
Right?
Let's see.
We've been jobbed out of national championships because our coach is retiring. Who gives a fuck about Nebraska?
Well, I don't think. I think maybe the 3 losses to unranked teams probably had a little bit more to do with that.
Oh, this year, yeah. I'm living in the past, and in former glory.
Keller Hoss, he says, "Derpy Cam, wowzer, man, look at that guy, huh?" It's like we just hired a new guy, and we based his hiring on his looks. Come on, look at this guy. Mark Malone says, "What the fuck do you do to your hand, Mike? Mike, give us a small, because I don't think anybody quite understands what it was that happened to your hand."
I slapped Cinnamon's ass too hard.
He massaged Peaches.
Fuck yeah, I did.
She's a little rough around the edges.
I banged it off a piece of metal at work somehow. I don't know what I hit.
And this happened in January?
Oh, no. It happened this week, but it also happened in January. I did this once before in January where I hurt it for a couple of days where it just hurt. I had full mobility of my hand, but it would just hurt. This one, I think I bruised the bone, and it's because I'm watching the bruise come up out of my hand. So yeah, it's kind of rough.
It could be a deep bruise. That was one of the things that I did initially think, Mike, just because how you explained it. It sounds like a deep bruise.
Yeah, because it's getting. I can see now it's getting redder as the days go by. So the bruise is going to be coming out of there. It's pain in the dick because I can't move anything at work. I'm like grabbing boxes like this with my hand at my wrist, like I'm like a little toddler who doesn't know how to use both hands yet. And then everyone's like, "Oh, I'll grab that for." They're acting like I'm an invalid too when they're not making fun of me. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, old man, we got you."
All right, so there you go. Derpy, any comments on Mike's hand before we move on?
Maybe it's because Penn State.
These two with their Big Ten. I do have to move on. Let's move forward.
We're going to the SEC, man. I'm taking my talents to the SEC.
Weren't you in the playoff last year? Maybe that's the reason.
Hey, baby, we won 2 playoff games.
Derpy, now you go ahead and say your part, right? Mike's team won 2 playoff games. What did your team do?
Come on, what's your team do? Derpy's. Let me fill in for Derpy here. We won the national championship.
All right.
There you go, Derpy. I got you.
Hey,
bro.
You know what?
He's on camera now. He's too busy admiring.
I gotta be honest.
He's like a parakeet. Just like, oh, who's this?
All right, we do got to move forward. Keller Hoss, he says, gonna have to get together and get some high quality footage sometimes. I got the girl. Phyllis Steele says Mike has whack-off-itis. Mike,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right. Phil says Derp's wearing the immaculate interception, Debo. Yes, the immaculate interception. I like that. Tortilla says Mike right there. He says it in black and white. He says you got to switch hands. What's your problem? I'm sorry. Tyrone says I'm so hyped for this game. So I woke up in the middle of the night about 3 or 4 in the morning. I thought, I can't believe this is Steelers. I can't believe this is game day. Good, Derpy.
I couldn't sleep either when waking up excited for the game either.
You know what? That's 2 of us right here. Mike, He's a little different, but you know what? I can't imagine that most people woke up today on this Thursday morning thinking this is awesome. We have Steeler football tonight, Mike. And again, I know you don't get to see it in its entirety, but you got to be a little bit excited as well.
I am excited. I know I'm not going to be able to sleep well because I'm going to wake up every like 20 minutes checking the score, freaking out if I see us losing at any point. So I might as well stay up and watch the game, but I'm not going to. I'll watch it back on replay.
Do your
You know
best.
what's funny about that?
I'm jacked up for the game.
That's
man.
the same way my
ready to
father
go.
does the same thing. He goes to sleep and checks on the score and panics and everything.
Yeah.
Misses out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And get. I've been better off to staying up watching the game and going to sleep. But fuck it.
All right. Let's see. Felix still says, boom. That's right, baby. The last relic. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board. He says, my man Derps. There he is in the flesh. Tortilla says, I feel more personally drawn to people I've seen naked too. Derpy, this could
What
also...
do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Tortilla?
Yeah, what do you mean by that, Tortilla? Also, Titus Kitchen, welcome back. Great seeing you back on the terrible board as well on this Steeler game day. He says Steelers should have a good game. I agree with you 100%. You know, things in life they generally don't go the way that you think. There's usually always a little a wrinkle. There's always usually some kind of fold in whatever's going on. You think things are going to go well. They don't go quite as well. You think things are going to go shitty. It goes better than you thought. I'm hoping that's not the case. I think everyone generally has a collective vibe that the Steelers are going to go and handle their business against this team that has really no defense, this team that really has no offensive line, and they bring in a Joe Flacco to try to distribute the ball to their two receivers to where 98% of their money seems to be. So, again, at the end of the day, this should be very good for us. Again, I think everybody has that vibe. That's kind of what scares me. Again, going back to the Browns game last week, Mike, as those same picks on the NFL.com, they went 10-0 one more time as they did last week against the Browns. Those kind of things scare me because it doesn't seem to me that there's a person on the planet that thinks that Cincinnati stands a chance. And those are the kind of games that motivate teams because when you have the back against the wall and everybody in the world is against you. So I hope those kind of things don't play a role in this game. But certainly, Mike, I think that most people believe that the Steelers should have a good game tonight. And again, I think this is a game that they need to have a good game to show people, Mike, that they're just going to continue to win the games that they should win. Division or not, they're going to win the games that you should win. And that is the one of the recipes to success. Just the baseline to being a good team in the NFL is beating the teams that you should beat.
And we need to do that. And like I said, that's what's going to separate us right now from everyone else. We're beating the teams we should. I think we're going to have a good game. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. You know how it is, right? Divisional opponent, a team that a quarterback who knows you really well too. It might be a little bit tighter than we think it should be, and it wouldn't surprise me. But I think we get out of there with a win.
I think we do too. Go ahead, Derps.
Let me ask you this.
Of course.
A year ago, would it be crazy to ask you that how the Steelers would be 5-1 right now? If you know what I mean.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I would be crazy if I asked you that would be 5-1 or told you that.
You know what? I wouldn't be just because we were 10-3. And we were 4-2 at this point last year, and we still weren't quite. We didn't have an identity. Justin Fields was getting ready to start his last game that he would start tonight. It would be his sixth game, and again that put us at 4-2. So,
what about the standings though?
I'm blown away by what's going on in the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens for sure. I mean, 1-5. I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. I'm going to be honest with you, especially the way early on I seen them come out and they lose the game against I think Buffalo, but they still Derrick Henry looked like a moose out there. They couldn't tackle this guy. I thought they're going to bounce back. So in that sense, yes, very surprised the way the division is looking, but not so much overall. Again, we'll talk in a few more weeks, but Justin Fields did very well, and we still didn't look like we didn't feel like we had things going for us. We were winning. These were 18-12 kind of wins over Atlanta. Denver was a really low-scoring game. This year, I feel more of an identity, and I really feel that identity, Derpy, forming as we do hit Week 7. And like I said, if we keep moving in the pace that we are, yes, we will hit a bump along the way. Yes, we will lose some games. But as long as we continue in the big picture to keep improving, I think the Steelers team has a shot just as much as anybody else in the league this particular year.
I think we do too. Right. There's no clear.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think the best way to continue that is protecting Aaron Rodgers. Continuing his lead.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They did it against that Browns front seven. I don't expect anything different this week because, again, the Cincinnati's defense is Swiss cheese. It truly is. And I can't wait to see it in action tonight, guys. Let's jump back on the board. Right here, Field of Steel says, there you go, Derps. 2 words, Teflon Dawn. Teflon Dawn. Tortilla says, I'm just saying bad teams are still winning games. Shouldn't take away the teams from the teams that beat those bad teams. And you know what else, Tortilla? Again, anybody that says we haven't played anybody, we played every team they gave us. There's nothing that we could have did different at this point. So we did what we were supposed to. It's a lot better feeling than them saying, oh, they dropped the game to this team. They dropped the game to that team. Something happened and they lost this game. So, you know, everybody's feeling pretty good. I got to say, I think Steeler Nation is feeling optimistic. Aaron Jade, what's up, brother? He says, here we go, Steelers. Always great seeing Aaron on the terrible board. Tyrone says, just got to play your game, dominate the line of scrimmage. And this should be a game that the line of scrimmage should be able to be won by Pittsburgh. Come on, the defensive line for Cincy, Mike, and the offensive line is notably bad.
Yeah, very bad. They're some of the worst units in the NFL. We should be able to handle them with relative ease. I'm not saying we're getting the Flacco every single play, but there should be a lot of pressures and a decent amount of sacks.
Let's get to some information, Mike. We will jump back on the board here in just a moment. A lot of people on the board, and I do want to say welcome. It's great to see everybody on this game day. This is week 7 in the NFL kicking off, guys, and nobody else plays on this Thursday except for your team. So get excited, guys, because we are less than 8 hours away from that being kicked off. Here's some numbers and some facts for you. Trey Hendrickson is a bit of a long shot, according to Ian Rappaport, Mike. I think he's as good as out. He's marked as questionable with his back, but again, Ian Rappaport says that he is a bit of a long shot to play. Deshaun Elliott, Mike, is still questionable. He did not travel with the team to Cincinnati. Yeah. Deshaun Elliott, the safety, is dealing with personal matters. It's not an injury. It's a personal matter situation. So we're still waiting to hear on the questionableness of Deshaun Elliott. And also, guys, we do know that Calvin Austin III is also going to be out, but they're expecting him to be back next week against Green Bay. It seems to me, Mike, if we get through this game unscathed without any injuries, we're going to be pretty healthy heading into that first real game, I guess one could say, next week.
A good point, because I wanted to bring this up. The next 3 weeks will determine what kind of team we are.
I agree. Yeah. That's going to put us at the halfway point. We're going to, you know what I mean? We're going to be sitting at halfway. And if we're sitting at halfway, 7-1. Again, 6-2. We were 6-2 last year. I want to be a little bit better than that this year because we are better than that this year. But you're right, Derpy. Here in 3 weeks after the Indianapolis game, once we head back on the road, we're going to have a good idea of what it is that this team is. And we have a whole half of the season at that point to confirm that. So let's look at a few more numbers before we do jump back on the board. As was mentioned earlier on the board, Cincinnati has allowed more yards after catch, the most yards after catch in the NFL, Mike, this season with 937.
Ooh.
They've let up 937 yak yards. The Steelers' offense is number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 in yak yards per game with 141 yards per game. Cincinnati misses a lot of tackles, which makes this possible. Again, another reason that I think that this should be a very good evening for the Steelers, not only on the scoreboard, not only on the stat sheet, Mike, but I just think all around this game again should be a fun one for Steeler fans. Don't put away your heartburn medicine just yet, though. Keep it close enough, but still feel good about what's going on with this team. A couple other numbers we do have here. Pittsburgh has allowed 0 points this season off of turnovers. They've allowed 0 points off of turnovers. The Bengals. Here's the thing, and it truly is. And here's also something else interesting, Derby. The Bengals, they've allowed a league high 52 points off a turnover. So another extreme one end to the other. Again, the Bengals allowed a league high 52 points off of turnovers this season. We got important injuries out of the way, some numbers. Here's one for you. Aaron Rodgers, guys, you talked about after 6 games last year, Derpy. Aaron Rodgers through week 6 this year, 1,021 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 105.4 rating, 4-1, and in first place. Mike, could you have asked for any? Can you have imagined that would be his number line at this point in the season? Again, not a lot of people. He was the wild card, Mike. You didn't know if we were going to get old and crusty Aaron Rodgers. We didn't know if we were going to get a revived Aaron Rodgers. Mike, with that stat line, I wouldn't have put that together ever.
Me either. Like the touchdowns, I can see because he was up there pretty high last year, but for how he's looking, I'm taking it. He's played very clean and very efficient football right now. And it's only going to be a matter of time before some of those deeper passes start hitting. I don't think he's going to be chucking the ball 40, 50 yards down the field, but 20 to 30 yards down the field, opening up that defense with the way those little quick hitters are going right now. And if we go out and get a receiver like it's sounding like we potentially will be, this offense has another gear it can find. And I expect his numbers to go up. I'm loving the touchdown, yardage. Yeah, I'd like to see it higher, but give me 6 all day long. Give me touchdowns all day long over yardage. I'm here for it. I'm liking the way he's playing, and the stat line's not too bad for me.
All right, Mike, but there's something interesting about this game and stats. If you know what it is, just bear with me for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, guys, hold on, grab a seat. Because
I think I saw this.
This is kind of an interesting thing. It's kind of controversial, and this is exactly why I didn't want Aaron Rodgers when it was first made a topic back in the offseason. Aaron Rodgers, guys, needs only 116 passing yards tonight to surpass Ben all time for 5th most regular season passing yards. Guys, of course, Ben has 64,088. Aaron Rodgers, guys, needs just 116. Which I don't think he hasn't thrown that low all year against the Bengals defense. I think we're going to see that happen tonight. We're going to see him, our current Steeler quarterback, surpass our all-time great Steeler quarterback. Mike, if Aaron Rodgers is going to break this, I think now I'm happy that he's doing it as a Steeler, because if he was going to do it elsewhere, it would have a shitty feel. But overall, you know what? He's going to do it, but it's going to be in our uniform. So we got 2 guys that got to that point in our uniform.
Yeah, I'll take that too. In the way he's playing too. It's not like he's playing poorly and, passing Ben on the all-time list. Like, oh my God, this guy's just doing it as a retirement tour to move up list. He's playing really good football, especially for someone who's 41 years old. And
I'm going to be real.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
It's more than likely to happen next week against the Packers on Sunday Night Football.
So you don't think Aaron throws for 168 yards?
He might, but I'd rather see it against the Packers.
All right.
Narrative-wise, yeah, but I want Aaron to go out and throw for like another 220, 225 like he did last week, and a couple touchdowns.
Well, anyway he does it, guys, it's interesting because, again, it is against our Ben. And Mike, it's only 116 yards.
So my bad.
Even more doable. Guys, here are a couple more interesting numbers before we do move on and get back to the board. I do not want to miss anybody on this game day, guys. Again, this is Steeler game day. Thursday night football tonight. The Steelers at Cincinnati. Week 7, 8:15 gets kicked off. 5.5-point favorites the Steelers are. Mike, Derpy, terrible board. The top teams in the league right now, and as I mentioned yesterday, they're all one-loss teams. Like the Indianapolis Colts, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, our Steelers, and Green Bay, all one-loss teams. And of course, as we mentioned the other day, Green Bay has the tie, so they're not quite. They have 3 wins only. Mike, so these are the 4 top teams. And I do want to say, then the reason I brought that up is because we keep getting the you haven't played anybody. That's and every Baltimore fan that you talk to, they say the same thing. And anybody that's not a Steeler fan, you haven't played anybody. But do yourself a favor. And if we have time later, I'll bring it up. But if you look at those other 3 teams' schedules, Mike, none of them are scheduled to write home about. So if people were getting excited about Indianapolis, take a look at their schedule. If people were getting excited about Tampa Bay, take a look at their schedule. And again, I think that puts the Steelers in more perspective because, again, everyone's given these teams the accolades, but the Steelers still hasn't played anybody. So, again, it's just the bullshit that comes along with being the Steelers and a Steeler fan. When you're the best, they either envy you or they hate you. And either way, you're going to get some kind of negative feedback, I think.
Exactly.
Let me see if there's, you know what? Let's jump back on the board, Mike. Again, I don't want to miss out on anybody, and I don't want to get too far behind today. Let's go right here. We're going to go right about here. Corey says it's going to be hard to predict now. Right before that, he says, I think the NFL is playing this one smart. People have been predicting the last few Super Bowls, and now they have that weird logo this year, and now there's no clear Super Bowl contender. I don't even know what the colors are, Mike. Anybody, Derpy, you know what the colors
I have
are?
no idea.
Yeah, I've been kind of, I see that. I don't know what to make of it. Corey says it's going to be hard to predict now, the Super Bowl, I think. Jamal, what's up, dude? He said, we in this bitch gang. What's up, baby? Yeah, that's right. Welcome back, Jamal. Always great seeing you on the board. Jamal says, Derpy, cover your cam. LOL. The last relic, he says, Baltimore is getting handouts because everyone knows they're going to lose. And you know what? They have a real easy game. So, you know what? Let's take advantage while they're off this week. Get the win while they're off so they can't keep up. We'll get that extra half game on them. They come back. Their games do get considerably easy. So, again, I think, Mike, they're going to start winning a couple games. Again, sitting at 1-5, very uncharacteristic for the franchise. Aaron says, not hard to predict. Steelers win the Super Bowl. I love it. No, you don't even have to be just kidding because you know what? You're around your people, man, and you can say it. And you know what? It's what I want to hear, baby.
I agree.
Mark Malone, he says, we're a top team, man. Just got to keep growing the offense. Aaron agrees. Jamal says, thank God Derpy has clothes on today.
Right. Like when he was in the group chat, he's like, I'll be on camera. I'm like, I almost replied back with a shirt. Like half hour later, Derpy goes,
we have to confirm things now. We can't just assume Derpy's going to show up with clothes on. Man. Jamal also says, just messing with you, Derpy. Nice jersey for sure. Love the Debo jersey. I'm like, you have a Debo jersey as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I do. I think I have 2 Debo jerseys.
All right. Mark Malone says that Jamal with Steelers, he probably still has his. He probably still has.
Still cranking it over there, Derpy.
He says still like it's still in his hand from last Thursday. He says he probably still has his pecker in his hand. Aaron says prayers for the Elliott family. Hope he makes it to the game, balls out. And yeah, again, I'm not sure what the personal reasons are.
I've been scouring the internet, can't find anything, but something like that. When it's personal, it's got to be something like with a family member.
Yeah. So hopefully everything is well. You're gonna be well. Phil the Steel says Austin called LeBeau. Coach, can I borrow your playbook? Hey, we'll take it at this point, baby. Tyrone says we're winging this motherfucker. You know what, man? I can't wait. I can't believe it's game day. That's all I gotta say. Jamal says we aren't good just yet. The main focus has to improve every week. I feel you, Ryan. Spice, what up? Nice seeing Spice Creation on the board. Always another favorite on the board, Mike, on game day. I got to admit, Spice Creations. She says, I agree. We have to see how we do against these teams in the second half of the season for sure. Because again, guys, remember, it always comes back to we were 10-3 last year. And again, I didn't feel quite as comfortable with the quarterback situation as I feel this year so far. So maybe that's a good sign. Let's see. Aaron says, there is a whiteout in Cincy tonight. And matter of fact, I did see they were encouraging Steeler fans to wear your black jerseys if you are going to the stadium, to F that up a little bit for them. What's up, dude? What up, Vegas? He says, what's up, fellas? What's good? Tyrone, you're right. One game at a time. Absolutely. For them in the locker room, for us, we could talk a little bit more, but you don't want anybody in that locker room thinking about anything but them stupid stripes and the Bengals because, again, that's all that matters. You lose this game, it's a whole different – tomorrow's show is different. You win this game, you lose this game. That dictates how things move from this point on. So, guys, big win. Right here, Phil still says mentally should be lose or go home. Play every game as it is a do or die game. Absolutely, Mike. What did you say that they keep they keep considering it 4-0 or one game at a time. 1-0.
Yeah. They want to finish every week 1-0. And
1-0.
That's a good mentality to have to keep yourself in check, to not look ahead. You hear that all the time in college because you're young, you're going to look past an opponent, and I like how the team's bringing that mentality this year to where, hey, last year we probably started to look ahead at 10-3, and this year we're not doing it. And whatever it takes to get the job done. I don't care if it's something stupid as that. Sometimes you just they're human. They're going to start looking ahead. But when you have that constant reminder to you, and eventually you buy into it, you're like, okay, I've heard this message for the past 18 weeks now, all off season. I'm dialed in, ready to go at the midpoint. So yeah, I like that mentality. It's stupid, but it works. That's why a lot of teams do it, and a lot of successful teams do that. They have their schedule written down, and it's only that opponent for the week. They don't have all the opponents written on their schedule. They reveal them as you get there for motivation.
Vegas says Derpy with the mohawk. Derpy, you do have a little bit of a mohawk going on.
I think he just needs to run a hairbrush.
I think it's called bedhead. I have no problem with bedhead. I have it every day.
For a haircut, so.
You're looking good, man. I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest, Mike. This is the best I've seen Derpy look in years. This is the best I've seen him look in years. So do what you want with that.
I was ready for him to come on with a panda head.
Yeah, I know. Something. Vegas says he got the jersey after washing Debo's back. Feel the Steel says feed the big 80s tonight. Feed 80 and 81. Get them tight ends there. Get them guys the ball, man. That's where it's at this year. This team is 4-1, almost 5-1, with basically one wide receiver. I mean, numbers wise. Yeah. So let's see if this Arthur Smith thing keeps working. I was skeptical of it at first. How are you going to win games if you don't get no wide receivers? And you got all these tight ends, but look at us. Look at us, guys. Again, just still one loss, trying to make a 4-game winning streak tonight, guys. This will be 4 games in a row. That will mean it will be a month since we lost a football game. Think about that, guys.
That's insane. Who would have thought for this team?
That's what I'm saying. I think it might be time to believe, guys. Vegas says Chad called James a bitch. James wasn't happy with that and said he needs to see these hands. Tortilla says Ocho cries every time the Bengals lose. I would watch that fight. I watched Mike Tyson and Logan Paul. I would definitely watch James Harrison.
That one, you want to talk about rigged. That one was rigged. How many times you saw Tyson pull back a punch?
You think? Vegas says combat sports have weight divisions for a reason. Is the new Tomlinism. You never know what's going to come out of his head. You just don't. John, my man, Big John Stud, middle name Mud, back on the terrible board, says Derpy's voice doesn't match his body. I envision a 90-pound pencil neck geek. All right. It's fair. Let's see. Jamal, yep, one game at a time, fellas. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. There's nothing else that matters than the Cincinnati Bengals right now. Nothing. If you're a Steeler, because it's irrelevant to have anything else on your mind. If you're sitting back and thinking about Green Bay, that means nothing. It'll do nothing for you. And getting to Green Bay with a 5-1 record is more important than overthinking it and losing this game and then having to deal. And again, Bengals. Vegas says you hurt your hand taking a snap like Will Howard, Mike.
I did.
Interesting theory.
And like when we say taking a snap, Will Howard and I were both smacking Aunt Peaches and Cinnamon's ass. It was just, I couldn't say anything at the time. I didn't want Will Howard to get in trouble with the team, but now enough time has been removed. That's what happened. We were slapping asses.
Well, Vegas follows it up by saying take advantage of their generosity until you're healthy, Vanilla. So.
Oh, I am, because I know once I'm healthy, I'm going to get nothing but shit on at work. Hey, you remember when you had to walk around like this?
I got to be honest with you, Mike. Your history of getting hurt, you have a bit of a history.
Dude, I fall into the past. Like when I first started working where I work, I would fall into the vehicles all the time, and they'd be like, "Really, dude?" I'm like, "It just happens. It just happens."
You hurt your back when you were going reverse in the car. That's the only thing that I got to come back to.
Bro. Hey, the universe knows they got to nerf me. Otherwise, I will be fucking shit up.
Martin Malone says you got Sandusky hand, Mike. He says that's it. You got Sandusky hand. I don't know if you want that.
There's so many bad jokes going through my head.
Let's see what else we got on the board. The board is brilliant as always. I got to be honest with you, Mike.
Kill me, Mark.
I never see more brilliance than on our terrible board. I got to be honest. Tyrone says Steeler junkies. That's right, baby. Finchy, boom! What's up, Finchy? Great seeing you, my man. We did get Finch's picks, Mike. He sent them over via absentee ballot, if you will. He was busy with work, so we do have his picks. I do have them here, and we will get into that later, along with the overs and unders heading into the game tonight. Field of Steel welcoming Fincher back with the boom of his own. Gang from my man. Sorry. Jamal Corey says, I do feel the matchup favors Rodgers tonight. I don't know. This is a new look Steelers team, but the history here gives me PTSD.
Yeah, history's not on our side for this game.
I seen somebody say something about this looks like 2007 all over again with these teams that are successful, the Colts, the Steelers, and somebody they commented, so we're going to lose to Jacksonville in January, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the Patriots, of course.
Right now, Brady, Ben, and Phillip Rivers, man, but they're slinging the ball around this year.
Yeah.
It's like fuck. Derpy's. Oh, okay, he's back. I was worried you got sucked into the void.
Yeah. Look at him go over there.
Well, every time he fades out, I'm afraid he's going to fade back in and have a titty licking it.
You gotta understand that there's going to be PTSD here as well, Derpy. I think it's totally normal, so I would not worry about that.
If I didn't like you, Derpy, I wouldn't be fucking with you.
Tyrone says, haven't heard Elliott ruled out yet, so that is kind of good. I agree.
Yeah.
Until we get the official word, again, it is something personal, a personal matter. Deshaun Elliott did not make the trek to Cincinnati with the team. That does not mean he's not playing. He has not been ruled out. He's still just questionable. So we will see, Mike, on that as the day goes on. Maybe here on the show in the next hour, we could get that scoop out, but we'll certainly keep our eyes open. Tyrone says, please play 25. Jamal says, where is Cody and Somber? Oh, they'll be back. I think was Cody in earlier? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't seen him.
John says there's no dominant team right now. That bodes well for the Steelers. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Facts, as Tyrone is saying. No two ways about it, man. Kenneth, what's up, brother? Great seeing Kenneth as always on the terrible board. It's game day, my man. Hope you're ready. He says, hi, guys. Tonight we'll show this is not your old Steelers.
I hope so.
Titus Kitchen, always great seeing back on the board as well. He says Flacco will get sacked 5 times. Steelers defense is great. The Steelers defense has potential to be great. I got to be honest, Mike. And again, if it continues to improve every week, still here in week after 5 games played, I still think it's a pretty good jump they made from week 1 and week 2 by the way the defense looked early on.
Oh yeah, big time, and definitely from in the team overall from week 2 to now, night and day.
For sure.
That defense, man, has made they're playing the way we thought they would be playing.
Also, I do want to say Titus Kitchen said Flacco will get sacked 5 times. Wes Hatchett, what's up, brother? Great seeing you back on the board as well, and I hope you're doing well on this game day. He says Flacco's going to throw the ball up to Chase and Higgins and pray for the pass interference calls. We all know how Flacco plays. That's what I'm saying. They're like, Flacco knows how to play the Steelers. He does. He just, he throws it up there and gets the PIs. We've seen it many times. I think the 11-11 was his record against the Steelers, Mike, with Baltimore, and over the time, just overall 11-11 was always a little bit more than the good play of Joe Flacco. I say there was 2 games out of those 11 that he manufactured the win on his arm alone. Mm-hmm. Tyrone said 7 sacks tonight. I can see it. I can see it. Here's the thing. If the secondary plays those receivers good, it's totally possible. Otherwise, he could kind of go with a quicker release approach like Aaron Rodgers is doing to get the ball out to protect himself. But again, we have the secondary to make it work, to keep these guys, throw the timing off a little bit, maybe crowd them at the line, cause timing issues. That could go such a far way, Mike, especially against this offensive line that is like wet paper bag. You got to be able to take advantage of this.
Yeah, they only gave up 1 sack last week, and Green Bay has pretty decent pass rush too, but they do give up on average 2.7 a game, and that's like 21st in the league. So I think we can get after them in a hurry. And I'm looking for Herbig to have a monster game. Like a monster game out of Nick Herbig.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Would be
I
nice.
think he's gonna have a multi-sack game.
All right. Well, keep that in mind. We do have the overs and unders coming up here in less than an hour, guys. Stick around. We'll be doing that here real soon. Mike, let's get back to the board right here where it says Tortilla Jackson says going to see the new jerseys against the Packers too. That's right, guys. You're going to see the new jerseys. You're going to see the yellows. Also, you're going to see the throwback Green Bay uniforms, which I don't care for, but the helmets I'm fond of. They look like the old leather helmets. It's the, a regular helmet, but painted as the old leather helmet. So I like this throwback theme, Mike. Next week, maybe we'll do something here on the show for the theme.
I think so. I think we should.
We do. We threw some ideas around, so we'll just put that out there.
I think one of the throwback things we should do is just not have Derpy appear tomorrow.
Well, or have like I think the appropriate throwback would be Derpy with no shirt on. I think that would be a effective throwback. So to be careful.
I don't like the look in Derpy's eye when we talk about him being topless. I see deep down inside, I think he's an exhibitionist and he planned this and he wanted it to happen.
Mike, hey, just be careful what you ask for. I'm sorry, Derpy.
You don't want to see the truffle shuffle?
Yeah, Mike, the truffle shuffle ain't so cool anymore, is it, Mike? I hope
No,
you're
it's
happy.
not. No,
I hope
not.
you're happy. Tyrone says I've been waiting to see number 5 versus number 1 at 24 and versus 85. We're gonna see it tonight, guys.
Oh yeah.
This is why we built the team the way that we did. It's for these guys. So we're gonna see it, my man. I can't wait either. Mark Malone says A-Rod already passed him in touchdowns, right?
I believe so. On the all-time list for
Touchdowns, I think Aaron Rodgers.
I think he did. Yeah, like game 2 or game 3, I think.
Tyrone says A-Rod definitely doing that this game, first half. Yeah, like I said, I'm coming 116 yards. He hasn't thrown that low yet this year in a game. And this Bengals defense is, you know. Mark Malone says Derpy is stoned. Derpy is stoned. Look at him. Merlin Ames, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Great to see you back on the terrible board as always. He says he doesn't do it tonight. More than likely we lose. Interesting, yeah. Merlin. Interesting take, which I respect and I do welcome as well. Tortilla says yes by like 100. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's out ahead of Ben.
Oh yeah. He has 513. Ben had 14. He passed Favre is what it was. Okay, that's right. Yeah, he passed Favre.
Tyrone says we beat the 4-2 Pats and Vikings. Again, the 4-2 Pats. Say what you want. It wasn't a good team when we played them. They turned the ball over 5 times. You know what I mean?
And they beat the Bills.
They did beat the Bills. And then the Bills. Yeah, and then, so it's very weird. No two ways about it, guys. Still trying to grasp what exactly is going on in the NFL. Tortilla says, Merlin, not with that attitude. Tortilla says. Corey says, AR has 7-4 touchdown interception ratio against Cincinnati with an average of 200 yards a game versus them. So,
you snacking over there?
Yeah, what is he doing? What are you doing?
I put on.
I got yelled at for snacking.
I put on a heat strip on my hand over here, so I can make it through the show with limited amount of pain. Jesus.
Well, that's not even the issue. The issue is you never turn your mic on to talk, and now when you're crunching things in the background, the microphone's on.
Yeah,
that's the issue here.
It's ambiance.
Mark Malone says it is Tortilla. I thought they were neck and neck there too. Jamal says, hey, you guys having a watch party? If not, come by the game blitz with Izzy 6 Steelers and let's have a good time. We just might do that, my man. Derpy does have something. He does have something planned though.
Actually,
don't you?
Tonight on the network I'll be doing a watch party.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
So either swing by, swing over, check us out. We'll swing over, check you out, my man. It's always great seeing the guys over there. Tortilla says, I guess it makes sense. Big Ben hasn't played for like 3 years now. They probably were neck and neck, is what he's saying. And Ben was out ahead. Again, he was, the 5th all-time best passer in the league, only behind Brady, Manning, Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So say what you want. Ben is one of the best, and people are going to try to tell you he wasn't.
Oh, for a quarterback that supposedly was carried by a running game and a defense, you look at the all-time list when he retired. He was up there at everything.
He has a lot of good numbers for sure for a guy that's not
I
one
have
of the
I have
best.
the shirt, the Hall of Fame shirt of
Do you?
Vegas. Yeah, with all the numbers and everything, the stat line.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vegas says this. He says they're wearing their special Sigfried and Roy white Tiger uniforms. You know what? And Buffalo did that
Corey with
last
the
week
point,
with.
though.
They're doing that now with these white uniforms. Teams are wearing them at home. And again, I'll take it. I'll take my black jerseys on the road any day. I love the black jerseys. Always have. Always will.
Corey
Corey's-
with the comment of the day.
What's that?
Corey
come-
with the comment of the day.
All right, let's see what Corey got. He's usually got something spicy. He says, so Cincy fans want to have a white versus black game. That's kind of racist, but okay, rednecks.
Is Mendenhall doing the coin toss?
Is Mendenhall involved in this? You know what I think we're going to do? We're going to have the extra week, the extra day next week, Mike. Maybe we'll try to construct the best possible white roster that we possibly can.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough because there's not cornerbacks. I mean, you do have Cooper DeJean, but maybe next week we'll see if we could erect a all white roster that would be actually competitive.
Yeah, because we tried this last year and we got some more exciting whites this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was tough to do, and now we do have a couple more guys that we could add to our team.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like our chances, not at all, actually. But again, we're starting to get running backs in the league. We're starting to get other positions that you haven't generally seen white players. Yeah. Maybe next week with the extra days, we'll take a day and we'll try to assemble the best possible Caucasian football team that we can, and then we'll decide if maybe even like we'll play a video game or something, or have somebody on the board play and try to find a result.
Oh no!
But I'm just going to take a guess. It's not going to be good. We'll give it a shot. But
this Rashad Mendenhall has provided people content free for life, because we're all going to reference this forever now. Thank you, Rashard.
Well, what's going on with Cincy? Is that a real thing? Is this going on in Cincinnati? Corey?
No. Their fans are wearing all white, and Steeler fans we're telling our fans, hey, wear black or wear yellow to contrast away from them. So yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Tyrone says, watch party tonight game. Blitz Izzy 6 Steelers. Check them out, guys. Jamal says, LOL, would love to hang out with everyone during the game.
Heck yeah.
Jamal also says, so rigged that Vanilla Mike Tyson would literally bite his glove to keep from tearing his ass up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyone who says that thing was not, go back and watch it. There were so many times where he was pulling punches and like Jamal said, biting his glove. But hey, when you're going to give me an extra $10 million to not beat his ass, I'll take the extra $10 million.
Yeah. Vegas says, is Tyson going to fight livestock next?
Like Tyson versus an ostrich.
Tyrone says on his ear, he would bite his ear, of course.
I watched that fight live. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I did too. I remember that, man, just like it was yesterday. Tortilla says, I knew Mike Tyson was going to lose when he flashed the moon at the camera. Oh, that's right. He did. Corey says, Mike is a real Corey Trice. Mike is a real Corey Trice with his injury history. Mike, you were like Corey Trice.
I am too. But unlike Corey Trice, I'm here every day.
All right.
I'm playing.
That's a valid point, Ryan.
It's a point. I know. Vegas says, you vanilla is a stereotypical white woman in a horror movie just falling when you run. I can see that, Mike. I can see that.
Now, well, yeah, with two bad knees and two bad ankles, yeah. When I was younger, man, I had some balance back in the day. Not anymore. I got an inner ear thing.
Tyrone says TJ Watt breakout game. 3 leg kicks. 3 leg kicks is always a good thing.
I'll take that.
Vegas says it sounds like somebody is ill in his family. Talking about Elliot, I think, which is unfortunate. Yeah. And Tyrone is confirming that on the board, saying that his dad is sick. That is not what you want to hear.
No, God, no.
Oh, man. Mark Malone, Derpy probably smashes his nutsack against his bedroom window when women go jogging by. I got to be honest.
Yeah, sometimes you got to show them what you got.
I agree. And I think Mark Malone just might have inched ahead on the game ball, ball for the day. But you know what? It's still early.
Like Mark Malone almost made a list. I don't know which one. the friends list, the enemy list, the watch list. He's working on one of them.
He's working on a list. RB, my man, what's up, brother? Always great seeing RB on the board. He says, NFL got their wish. There is no dominant team. And you know what? I think that works for us as well, RB. I think we got our wish.
Yeah.
It just seemed like whenever they kept putting out these same winning teams year after year, we just weren't included. And now take a look around. So we'll take this.
And they've been wanting this ever since like Goodell became commissioner. They've been I think even before the tail end of the last commissioners, they were talking about they want parity. They want everyone involved. And now they're getting it. But it is fun when you have the dominant teams, though. Everyone loves a dynasty. You love rooting for them and rooting against them.
Kenneth says defense is just warming up. Change philosophy with lots of subs who are just as impactful is and will be the success. Lots of adequate interchangeable parts on offense and defense is a great formula. I got to admit, Kenny, it's looking good, brother. It really is.
Like you're not seeing a drop off when we're changing our linebackers or changing our D linemen like we did last
that depth
year.
they've been building like for a couple seasons now.
In the secondary, when someone's out these past couple games, it's been moving right along. It's they've done a hell of a turnaround. Right
here's one, Derpy. Corey says, I know an Oreo package when I hear one.
That would actually be the coconut fudge caramel cookies. Those are off to the side on my little snack tray.
Vegas
Not right
says
here.
The D4's turnovers, it wasn't like their kickoff returner just let the ball go through his hands and sit in the end zone. Tyrone says miss 7. Tyrone says defense on lockdown. Mark Malone saying Watt power. Vegas entire team, the cornerbacks. Vegas says Holyfield whooped his ass 2 times. He sure did. He sure did. And it was unheard of. It was unheard of at that time to beat Mike Tyson just once.
I just love when Holyfield got his ass whooped by Lennox Lewis. When he's sitting there walking around the ring quoting scripture, I thought my man was going to go crazy. Holyfield was.
I don't know.
That one fight. Yeah, it was nuts.
I was a Tyson guy.
It was wild at the end of Holyfield's career.
I was a Tyson guy. I didn't watch many fights outside of Tyson.
Yeah. Back in that era, I was watching them like every time they came on. Me, my dad, my brothers, the whole neighborhood, we all order them and just watch those big fights.
And that was the thing. It was very unreal. It was weird that I even seen the Tyson fight because we didn't. When I was it was my late teen years. I was just graduating high school. Like my parents didn't order pay-per-views at the time, so I caught it at somebody else's house, and it was unbelievable that he bit this guy's ear. And
we had a big watch party. We were like, "What the fuck just happened?" Yeah, little Judge Mills laying out there. What the fuck you doing?
Tyrone says DK finna go off on here at first. DB small can't guard him.
Yeah, I like since he's all loving their little 5'11" corner, acting like he's going to shut down 6'5" DK.
Mark Malone, Holy was no joke, man. Holyfield was no joke. The real deal. If I'm not mistaken. John says Twin Peaks Derpy. Vegas says sounds like you were injured a lot. If you have too bad, everything vanilla. Oh, he does. He is.
I do. Yeah.
Just go down the checklist. He has a bad one, whatever it is. He's got it. Vegas says your parole officer talked to you about showing yourself, vanilla.
Hey, no. Derpy's the one who needs to have his parole officer about showing everything.
All right.
Why wear multiple layers?
Christophus, my man, great seeing Christophus on the terrible board. He says the Sack Flacco party is about to begin. Get your popcorn ready, baby. That's right, Christophus. I love it, bro. Love the comment. Corey says last week we got Red Rocket Derpy. Now we have MVP Derpy this week. He's a real Carson Wentz. We don't know which Derpy we're going to get from one week to the next. That was well thought out, Corey. Very calculated, as Corey usually is. Vegas says he knew it was cookies. He knew it was cookies. Then Lennox Lewis demolished him. RB. Order them. We had the black box when I was a kid. Yeah, you remember the black box?
Uh-huh.
You got it out of the back of magazines and shit, I think. Vegas says Lennox Lewis is actually the best in my boxing fandom, which started in like 1980, and Larry Holmes jabbing everyone to death. I was a Tyson guy through and through. He went to prison, came back, Hurricane Peter McNeely. I was really into Mike, man. Not so much the whole boxing sport, but I loved watching Mike Tyson fight. And also, now I think we're caught up. Kenneth says the day that James Pierre is playing good ball, the stars are shining on you. Bling, bling so far this year.
Right. He has not been a liability yet. So
Again,
knock on wood.
Again, Mike, this team is looking to extend their winning streak to 4 games tonight in Cincinnati. The Steelers coming in. We're coming to raw dog these guys, apparently, as Jamar Chase says. And I hope he's right. I hope we raw dog the shit out of them. I hope we leave Cincinnati tonight with a 5-1 record. And I hope everything goes well. And again, Mike, with these injuries, we are getting healthy to an extent. Of course, Killebrew is out. Miles Killebrew is out. He's going to be out for some time. He was injured on the turf last week in Pittsburgh. We'll get to that momentarily. Calvin Austin III looking like he'll be back next week, they were saying, Mike, but also Malik Harrison. He is in that 21-day window on the IR, that whole situation. But for the most part, this team is getting healthy. If we could get through this one healthy tonight, get that couple extra days to prepare for the next game, get this team healthy right around midpoint, get some wins here, after Cincinnati. You just can't express how well things are going for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. And they're still getting shade, Mike, all around the country. People still does not think this team is legit. So they got to continue to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's the process. You don't
says the guy that with the injury prone over and under.
Well, we will have the injury. I mean, we have to. That's the thing. We have to at this point. But this team, that they're playing like a team that's going to win football games, and that's what we wanted. And this is where we want to be right now. It could be a lot worse, guys. It could be a lot worse. So we're going to take it. We're going to run with it. Let's see. A couple more came through on the board here. Vegas says, who didn't have a friend that worked for the cable company? Right. You know what it was? It was wrestling. It was wrestling for us. There was this one kid in the projects. His dad always, because he was a bigger wrestling fan than all the kids, he would always order every single wrestling pay-per-view, every one. And that's where we would go. But it got to the point, Mike, where he would start making you bring something, so we quit going.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll bring back a potato chip. I was like, we're poor. No. And we ended up not
That's
getting
why we're over here, man.
Yeah, exactly. Jamal says Tyson and Floyd for my generation. We had Roy Jones Jr. He was nice for a while. Absolutely.
Roy, he was a beast. I remember one fight I watched. He knocked a guy out by punching him in the ribs. Just fucked the dude up. And he was a beast. Oscar De La Hoya as well back in that era. He was a beast. A lot of good fighters back in the day.
Absolutely. Like, it was a pretty popular guy here, Paul Spadafora out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. He could just never stay out of trouble.
You know what? A lot of these boxers have those issues, though. Yeah. Boxers have problems, man. I don't know what the correlation
they go to
is.
Boxing. They go to boxing to try and get their life turned around.
Right.
Sometimes, like Spadafora, he just had trouble getting out of that life. But he was a beast, too.
Tortilla's saying that Roman Wilson gets his first touchdown tonight. Mike, last week his first catch. This week his first touchdown.
I'm here for it, Tortilla. I hope it happens.
Tyrone saying Floyd Mayweather is the GOAT. Little guy. He was a lightweight, right? He was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of his boxing style.
No.
He never went for the big knockout. He played it safe, but it worked for him.
Yeah.
He
won a lot of matches. No two ways about that. And
yeah,
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Also, Virgil Hill, Vegas is saying. Christopher is saying Jalen Ramsey gets his first pick 6 in the Steeler jersey tonight.
Ooh.
I like those odds.
Again, guys, I got the over and under. Mike, this may or may not be in there. Just keep that in mind. And then Vegas says was the one Roy knocked out with a body shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was okay. It was the one that gotcha.
Yeah.
Kenneth says they don't need Harrison anymore. Practice squad release. My thing is with Harrison, Kenny, is it's the whole depth thing that we have going really well for us. I don't want to be to the point where I need Malik Harrison, but the fact of the matter is, if one of our big dogs go down, I don't mind having a Malik Harrison in the mix. I don't mind having a Malik Harrison in the depth, and I think that's it as far as it is with him. I'm not excited to have him back. I'm excited to be healthy overall, but again, just in the depth and the way that we built this team over the past few years, I just think that he's good to have healthy. For what that's worth. So RB says if you compare everyone in their prime Prime Roy Jones Jr. was unbeatable.
He might have been. They said he was the best pound for pound fighter
All
of
right.
that whole generation and probably all time too. He was on a different level.
Derby, did you get into boxing at all? You watch boxing?
My uncle was a boxer.
Was he really?
Yeah, but small time boxer. But
Okay.
he made it to TV once. But he
Nice.
wasn't like yeah.
That's awesome, man. Phil still says that Ryan. No, no injury odds today. Well, I just don't know if I can't. It's well, we'll vote. We'll vote on it here pretty soon. Mark Malone says James Tony was a hell of a boxer, just super exciting, but fuck you, couldn't hit the gym clean. Also, I seen who was that guy? Like the Rasheed Rice becomes available. Is that who was?
Mm-hmm.
Receiver for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I just seen that yesterday. Of course, the competition's out there. If we think that we're going to walk out and put our hand out and receivers are going to jump in our hand, there's about 5 or 6 teams right now that are looking for the same thing that we're looking for as far as a receiver.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, guys, as you see the names that we like, the Olaves and the I know that Derpy likes that one a lot. All the way down to Jalen Waddle, of course, has came up out of Miami. But they're going to be in demand here, guys, in the next couple weeks. Vegas says he was Pretty Boy Floyd sitting in a booth at the clubs, not drinking, then turned into Money Mayweather, and we have all seen how that's gone. Butterbean, I don't know what to make of Butterbean. I wasn't a big boxing guy. I know who he was, but I mean, was he real? Is this whole? It just seems like shtick to me.
He was, but he was never in the class of like those bigger fighters.
Okay.
Like the Holyfields and Lennox Lewis and Tyson and all those guys. No.
It just felt gimmicky. It felt real gimmicky. Butterbean did to me.
I would have loved to have seen him fight some of those guys, but yeah, he was never like serious in those bigger the upper echelon of that weight class.
He effed up Johnny Knoxville, man. I remember that in one of the Jackass movies. He fucked him up. His head was split open and shit. Let's see. We can go right here. Vegas says the over on big hits causing an injury would have won last week.
Yes, it would have.
You ain't shitting. Corey says my grandma worked at a hospital. My grandma worked at U of I hospital, and Ollie used to go to talk to the kids with cancer, and she got to meet them. That's pretty cool. You know what? And here's the thing, Mike. As I said, I'm not a boxing fan per se, but if I'm watching a show and a boxer comes on, like I was watching Sanford and Son a couple of months ago, and George Foreman come on, and it was a really young George Foreman. I really dug it. And I think it's just because I like sports so much. You know, I thought, how cool was that to kind of see George Foreman acting and playing this part? So again, I'm not a big boxing fan per se, but I do like boxing. I do in the boxers. Corey says this. She was in the Black Dude, so the whole time she was telling me the story of meeting him. I was praying he was my grandpa.
Shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Vegas says that's awesome. Corey. Mark says Derpy's uncle. Derpy's uncle was a boxer, man. Imagine that. So there you go, guys. Learn something new every day. Again, and again, Mike, here in our valley, they do have they put boxers out. That Kimbrough from Hopewell, of course, where Tony Dorsett and Paul Buzluzny come out of, and then of course Paul Spadafora also right in McKees Rock. So I mean, boxing is nothing's strange to us. I didn't get into it, but I like it. I like it. Phil still says Hands of Stone. Roberto Duran.
Duran was good.
A lot of good boxers. No two ways about that, guys. John Elway hopes that Aaron Rodgers goes out with a Super Bowl ring just like he did. Derpy. John Elway, the great, hopes that this ends out the same way his career ended, the same way that Jerome Bettis' career ended, the same way that Ray Lewis's career ended. Derpy, I think we would all, especially
I would
right
love
here,
to repeat history.
I would love it. And you know what? Why not? Again,
why not us?
Why not us? Why not us? Dylan Gabriel unfazed by the abuse of the Pittsburgh defense last week. Mike stating why he was unfazed, because my mom used to beat my ass. my mom used to beat my ass. That's how he survived the Pittsburgh Steelers. No hand as strong as the mother's hand.
Oh, hell no.
Cincinnati. Let's see. Mike Tomlin, confident that the Steelers will handle the Bengals star duo. Of course, talking about Chase and Higgins. Mike, are you confident that our secondary will handle those two gentlemen?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're going to get catches and yards, but it's going to be a lot of underneath. They're not going to let them take anything over the top. And I think for the most part, they'll keep them in check. Wouldn't surprise me if one of them goes over 100 yards, but it's going to be one of those at the end of the game you look and go, oh, they had 100 yards?
Right.
Yeah, like how that
yes,
happened type of thing.
right.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think we'll be able to handle them. And I think a lot of it's going to have to deal with that pass rush up front.
Yep.
A couple more things. Oh, go, Derpy.
Pressure on Flacco. I was just agreeing with Mike.
You know what's going to be tough about him, though, the Derpy? He knows us. And they go on and on about how he does know to play the Steelers.
Pick it apart.
Right. That would be one of the only things that concern me. But again, it's such a 22 guys. If 3 guys are very successful, it's going to take the team to be successful. It's going to take them not getting sacked 7 times for those other things to really matter. I just think that we're a better football team. Again, I'll give you my score prediction here in a little bit, guys, as we get into ready for the picks here shortly. A couple more things we're going to get into, Mike and Derpy, before we do get into picks. And of course, we do have overs and unders. Big show, a lot going on today as we do get ready for the kickoff of Week 7 in the NFL, as our Pittsburgh Steelers are in Cincinnati tonight, taking on the second place Bengals. We're trying to create a little bit more space between them and ourselves. And if we do, I'm feeling really good, especially because Baltimore's off this weekend. So you're not even going to get any ground gain by them. It's only going to drop a half game if we win. So guys, get the win, Cincinnati. It's big tonight. A couple more things before we do move on. Cam Hayward says that Pittsburgh is a more together group compared to last year. Would you agree?
I agree. I've been saying that for a while now. And
says the crybaby that got paid.
This is true.
You're right.
Hey, Derpy, man, he's an Ohio State guy, man. You can't talk shit on your boys.
That's true.
You can't talk shit on your boys.
Right.
But no, you can just tell this team seems so close. And look at some of the guys they got rid of. And look at what they're saying in the media on their other.
Again, as you said, Mike, they replaced one half of their starters. 11 of 22 were totally different than they were last year. So
yeah,
I'm loving the no days of our lives Steelers.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
One more thing, guys, we are going to get into overs and unders and picks because we are getting to that time of day.
Yeah, we are.
The Steelers and the Browns both took to the NFLPA about the condition of Acrisure Stadium's grass last weekend when we played them. Some suggestions were this: go get that semi-artificial turf stuff that a lot of high schools use nowadays. I mean, of course, the players don't like the artificial turf, the old rug that we used to have at Three River Stadium.
Yeah,
because it's cement basically under that thing. But a lot of people are saying, what about these high school fields that you're seeing now? A lot of teams in high school are upgrading to these really nice turf. I don't even know exactly what it is, but is that a possibility in the NFL, maybe even here in Pittsburgh in the future? Because again, the field gets really bad, and unless you could create a whole shitload of space in Oakland, I can't imagine the Pitt's not going to be playing at Acrisure Stadium, and it's not going to be playing there anytime soon.
Yeah, they have to figure it out, because this has been a thing ever since the stadium opened. Like they were reaching out to like what the people out at Penn State, because they have a really good agriculture department, and they know about the field conditions and shit, and they couldn't figure it out. They can't keep the field clean from beginning to end. And yeah, the Pitt plays there and Steelers play there in high schools. They've had 20 some odd years to figure this shit out, and they haven't. They need to do something.
And the concerts, and there's always things going on. You know what I mean? If it was just this or just that, and yes, Pitt is a big thing because, of course, the space issues. But Mike, there's always something going on there. Again, if it's not a rock concert, it's this. If it's not this, it's that. It's not high school football games, it's this. So again, it is something that they do need to figure out. And again, how many millionaires in a multi-billion-dollar industry company are going to get hurt before they take this seriously? Again, it needs to be done. I don't know the answer. Again,
I would love turf. I would love turf, but there's so many old Yinzers, like old school timers, that don't want to switch to turf. They
No,
want
you're
to
right.
keep grass.
There'll be plenty of people.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to drive around and I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to pick Derby up. And we're going to go to Oakland and we're going to take a look around and see where in the hell you could actually put a football field. Because here's the thing, Mike, before they had the Pete, it was right there and it was jam packed in there. It wasn't like there was all this space. So again, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to this. I don't know what they're going to do, but I do know that field gets bad every year, and they always have to resod it now because if they don't, after the high school games come at the end of the month in November, that place would be a disaster. So they always seem to replace it once in the middle of the year, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot, and I know the players today still don't like any of the new turf fields. And they feel like that's where more of the injuries happen, and they love playing on natural grass. So they got to do something because what they have now sucks. Because you lost Miles Killebrew to the season because of it. You almost lost your best player and your kicker.
Mike, if my kicker would have been injured for the season because of that, I would have been really pissed.
Me too.
I could justify my special teams specialist, but if it was my kicker of 11 years, my leading scorer, I would have been really pissed. So they do need to get this. They really need to get this figured out for everybody's sake, and even for the away teams. These are people, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Good, Derby.
I'm just saying. I hope he didn't hurt his leg with that kick either.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, he hasn't popped up on any reports, so hopefully we're good there. But you never know. Sometimes
you never know to pull something or something.
A slight little tweak of the knee, a hammy in there, and it might take a while for it to show up in his body.
All right, guys, we're going to catch up on some of these messages. And then we're going to fly through some picks today. We're going to do some overs and unders. And I do have to find out what the keys to winning this game this evening are going to be. So keep those things in mind, gentlemen, as we do get through these messages here that I do have left. Let's see. Kenneth says Butterbean could knock your block off, though. That guy, he was a powerful, he's a moose. But you're right. I never, again, if I would have been more into it, I think that I would have known. But again, he seemed very gimmicky to me. And that's kind of what I've always believed. Corey says, what's the statute of limitation for child abuse? Tortilla says, Dylan Gabriel's mom is my favorite boxer. You're right. Kenneth Jones says Butterbean was more in a class of like Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Gotcha. I gotcha. Christopher says this is Keshawn Williams' breakout game as a punter and as a wide receiver too, but we are still going to trade for Olave or Myers. I want that. I want one more weapon. Why would you not want another weapon? I want a weapon. But you're right. I'm liking what I see from Keshawn so far. I would love, and we stated this many times this week, Mike, if Keshawn Williams would be able to break one for a touchdown, it would just be fantastic.
I want to see it happen. Especially
in a division matchup like this on the road, Thursday night, prime time. Everybody's watching. I would love to see him take one to the house. Mark Malone, I'm thinking Butterbean is Derpy's uncle. Derpy is your uncle, Butterbean. I didn't make that connection.
They're the same body.
He is not.
All right. Jamal says, man, I'm hyped. Me too, dude. I wish I could just sleep until game time. I mean, I woke up, I was excited. I hopped right out of bed, but now, you got to occupy your time and get your work done and get everything done for the game. Christopher, I'm going to be honest. I'm not that different from where you're at. I'm going to expose my score now. My prediction for this game is the Steelers 36, the Bengals 21. 36-21, and I see that Christopher has 37-17, which is somewhat pretty close to my prediction as well. Tyrone is hype. He can't wait. Me too, dude. Aaron, it's kind of a similar score as well. He says 34-17, or if it's close, 27-24. Either way, Steelers win. Here we go. Jamal says togetherness is on coaching. Vegas says they clearly never talked to players as they developed the original artificial turf. It was cement with a tablecloth on top. You're right. You're right. John says every wide receiver from truly available to fantasy football dreaming will be thrown out for clicks. You got to remember, man, we got 2 weeks and 5 days. 2 weeks and 5 days till the trade deadline. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen soon, guys. Get ready. Field of Steel says 24-10, 14-17, 2021, 42-0. Just winning freaking Steelers. Another game that should be won. Mark Malone says the players want grass, not dirt, though. Just grass. Tyrone says we got to do better inside the 30 this game with play calling. Vegas says, what's it called when the state just takes away land? It just takes land away and builds whatever they want. Just do that for the good of the Steelers.
Eminent domain.
I like it. For the Steelers, at least. Vegas says, I can't think of the damn word. There it is, Mike. And then Mark Malone does also say the same. Mark Malone does say Boz isn't fragile like Mike.
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It really is.
There's a lot of miles, hard miles on this body.
Vegas says, there it is. Thanks, Mark. Mark Malone says, usually Fed, not state, though. Corey, unfortunately, if Austin is available for practice Tuesday, then I don't think we'll need wide receiver 2.
They're going to get someone.
I think so, too.
What should be Alan Lazard?
Why don't you be Alan Robinson?
Robert Woods is still available.
Robert Woods.
Bobby Trees is coming back, baby. Reynolds,
yeah. Guys, let me give you there's some score predictions coming up right now.
I like
on the board. Corey says 34-24. RB says 34-10. A lot of people are feeling this 30s thing. I know when I was thinking it through, the 30s really felt strong for me for the offense. Mark Malone says 38-13. Jamal says 42-17. He's in the 40s. He's really feeling it. Tyrone says 30-13. Field of Steel 3-2, which I would take. A win is a win is a win is a win. But I certainly want a little bit more than the 3. I like it, though. I'll take Lazard, Vegas says. And Vegas says Jerry Rice Cakes and T.O. are still available. It's true. They are. What we're going to do, guys, let's hop into these picks. We're going to blow through them. Again, a lot of time we go a little, detail in every game. We're just going to blow through them today, guys, because of the time constraints. And let's face it, we all have to get ready for the game. Only a few hours away tonight at 8:15, the kickoff. So, guys, we're about 6.5 hours away from kickoffs. Let me hop over onto the screen. Like, we're going to blow through some picks of the week, and then we're going to get to some overs and unders, and then everybody's going to start cooking chili or getting their jerseys out or whatever it is that everybody does on game day. Might get that same spot on the couch that the Steelers always score when you're sitting in. All those things are important, and they all play into the Steelers wins.
I gotta sleep. So, we'll be fine. I'll be sleeping, and they're gonna win. I'm gonna.
All right. I
wake
take
up
your word.
to a winner. I'm waking up to a winner.
If they lose, I'm holding you responsible.
What are you gonna do? Torture me?
Possibly.
It might make my body feel better.
Possibly.
No, I'm going to have Derby. No, me and Derby's going to take our shirts off again, and it's going to be that. All right, so here we go, guys. 6 hours away. Tyrone is saying, Field of Steel, what's on the menu for the game, guys? Throw some ideas. What you think you'll be eating tonight during the big Steeler game? I love pizza. I love wings. I love a lot of things. As a matter of fact, while we do this, guys, we're going to get into our picks. Derpy, Mike, here we go. I'm going to start with Derpy today just because he's so damn handsome. Look at this. Look at this critter on the screen there. So we're going to start with him. Derpy, we're going to start with the very first game of the week, which is tonight, the Steelers at the Bengals. Usually we wait till the very end, but since it is the first game of the year or the first game of the week, I'm going to go with this one first. And I also do need your score as well because it will be your tiebreaker. Derpy, the Steelers at the Bengals tonight, Thursday Night Football.
Your Pittsburgh Steelers will win 31-18.
All right, there it is. Another 30s. Mike, let's jump over to you. Steelers, Bengals tonight and a scorer, please.
21-17 Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, there you go. Mike, gotta go.
No.
Hey, I've been picking against us and we've been winning. I ain't changing shit up, bro.
All right, there you go.
That's
It's all right.
I ain't changing shit up.
You're right.
Wait, you're the team that you're the guy that never picks the Steelers though in the picks, and how's that working for you?
Hey, we're winning in real life. I'll take that. I'll
All right.
sacrifice my place in the standings. God support the team.
All right,
Gotta support the team.
I'm sure the universe is going off of that. They're saying, "Hey, look at
I
Mike's
think
pick."
so. I think they are. Hey, man, whatever sport you said don't change it.
All right. Stop yelling at me. All right, guys. Second game of the week is the 9:30 a.m. game on Sunday. Derpy, back to you. Rams Jaguars. Jaguars are the home team in this particular game. Rams Jaguars. Derpy, who do you like? And I got to be honest with you. I'm going to say this, Mike. And I said this last week. These games this week are tough compared to some of the weeks in the past.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to pick the winners in this week's picks. Go ahead, Derpy. Rams Jags.
The Rams do not have Puka Nakua, so give me the Jaguars.
Interesting. All right, Mike, over to you. Rams Jags. The leading passer, Matt Stafford in the Rams.
Yeah.
In a very improved Jags team.
So I did not know they didn't have Puka Nakua. You might have kept that one to yourself, because now, Derpy, I will take the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are playing overseas. That's like a home game for the Jags anyway. They play there all the time, so give me the Jags.
All right, guys. Derpy, next game on the list, we have an NFC matchup between a couple of good teams here as well. The Eagles and the Vikings. Derpy, Eagles at the Vikings. Who do you like in this one?
Eagles bounce back.
All right, Mike. Eagles at Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
All right.
Ooh, there we go. There's a difference.
Coming back to Derpy. Derpy, Patriots at Titans. Derpy. One team is on the incline. One team is on the decline. Who do you like? Patriots at Titans, Derpy.
I hate this team. I arguably hate this team ever since he left still. But they're back, so give me the Patriots.
Mike, same question for you. Patriots at Titans. Who do you like?
The Titans are still ass. Give me the Patriots.
They are ass. Now, this team here is just as crazy as anything. I can't figure this team out for nothing, Mike, as they beat Atlanta 30-0, and then Atlanta goes on to beat Buffalo. Mike, the team that started it all was the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, let me go to Derpy. Derpy, Panthers at Jets. The Jets win no games to start this season so far. Panthers, Jets. Does the Panthers continue this weird winning, or does the Jets get their first win?
Panthers continue the weird winning because the Jets, look what they did to Aaron Rodgers and look what we did to Aaron Rodgers. All
right, Mike. Same question for you. Jets hosting the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers as well, man. They're a team on the rise. It's about like 3 years they might be doing something down in that division.
All right, Derpy, back to you. Dolphins at Browns. This is a team that you have some connection with, of course. Your very own mother is a Cleveland Browns fan. So I can imagine this makes this a little more difficult for you. Derpy, the Dolphins at the Browns.
I don't know, man. They both suck.
Right?
Because you think to yourself, well, maybe the Dolphins will probably win. They have a little bit of firepower, but then the Cleveland defense kind of neutralizes that. So what do you really have in this game? Derpy, Dolphins at Browns. Home field advantage. I don't know. I don't know. Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at these picks, Mike. I had to stop. I paused. I got to go back and finish them because there's a lot of difficult games to pick.
I think the Dolphins get their second win.
All right, Mike. Dolphins for Derpy. What about what say you? Dolphins at Cleveland.
It's terrible, Mike. That's so terrible. I know it stopped me for like a half hour.
Give me the Browns.
All right.
Okay.
No, wait.
Go. No.
Yeah, fuck it. Give me the Browns.
I agree.
All right,
Mike. There you go.
Derpy, this one here, I don't know if this one's going to be that difficult. The Saints at the Bears. Neither team great, but I think one team is considerably better than the other.
One doesn't have a quarterback. The other has a quarterback that doesn't know how to use a quarterback. And magically win last week against the Commanders, so give me the Bears.
That's what I'm saying. Again, this Commander team, they don't look as sharp as they did last year, but they were in the NFC Championship game, and the Bears did find a way to beat them. So that's kind of where I'm leading as well, Mike. What about you? The Saints at the Bears?
I'm taking the Bears.
At Chicago as well, you know?
Yeah. I'm taking the Bears. They're actually playing some decent football this year. They got to build a nice little team up there. Give me the Bears.
The Bears.
Also, guys, it's the last 1 o'clock game on Sunday. The Raiders at the Chiefs. The AFC
Ooh,
West
there's
is
a
going to be a
rivalry.
difficult season for the three teams that are in the lead right now. The first three teams, I think they're all racing for that division. The Raiders, not so much, but nonetheless, it is still division play. Derpy, the Raiders at Arrowhead against the Chiefs.
Oh my goodness! Look at the top comment.
Oh, jeez.
That's tough.
Who
That's
do you?
tough.
We'll
That's
get
terrible.
to him in a sec. Who do you like in this one, Derpy? The Raiders at the Chiefs.
I might have to go with the Chiefs just because the Raiders are the Raiders.
All right, no, fair enough, Mike. Raiders at Chiefs.
I am going to take the Chiefs to getting Rashid Rice back. That's going to help that
Yeah.
offense immensely. He was a really good receiver, especially the tail end of his rookie year. So give me the Chiefs.
All right, moving into the 4 o'clock hour, guys. The Colts at the Chargers. This should be a good game. I
That's
think.
probably the best.
Well, I
game of
think
the
the Colts are a little bit over. I do think they're a little. People are talking about them being.
Overrated.
They're overrated.
I agree.
But I would be arguing our
But
point as
definitely
well
good.
because I don't think they played many teams. So it's going to be hard to say. But I think ultimately it makes this game hard to pick. The Colts at the Chargers. Who did you say, Derby?
Give me. I might have to go with the Colts.
All right, Mike. Same question over to you. The Colts at the Chargers, out in
Oh,
L.A.
This is a tough one.
This
It is.
is a
That's
tough
gonna be
one.
a great game.
This is a tough one.
There's a handful of them this weekend, guys.
It's gonna be a great game, though. I can tell you that.
I agree. I think
Give
this is,
me the Chargers with a little bit of home cooking.
all right. So
Okay.
Derby likes the
valid.
Colts. Mike got the Chargers. Even this game, the Giants at the Broncos. Yes, the
This could
Broncos
go
got a
either
tough.
way.
Well, here's the thing: the Broncos got that tough defense, but they only beat the Jets 13-11 or something like this, and it was a fight. And then the Giants stink, but they have some things going on as well with Jackson Dart winning football games, taking
Yep.
over Russell Wilson's spot. You got Cascadaboo effect. So many things make these games interesting. Derpy, Giants at Broncos. This is a rematch from the late 80s Super Bowl. Who do you like in this one? Giants at Broncos.
My stepfather's hold on. My stepfather's a Giants fan, so I'm gonna go with the Giants this week.
All right, fair enough. Mike, over to you. The Giants at the Broncos. It's up in the
I
mountains, so
I am taking the Giants as well.
interesting.
No. I have the Broncos. I picked the
Broncos.
Broncos. Excuse me. I'm
Bo
taking.
Nix,
I'm gonna take
not quite the success he had last year in his rookie
Nope.
season, but that's going to make this interesting for sure.
Yeah. Fucking give me the Broncos.
All right,
Sure.
Mike got the Broncos. 425 games, Packers at Cardinals. This one, not such a hard one, in my opinion. Of course, Arizona lost a lot of their starters so far this season. They still found a way to win last week, Mike, but the Packers at the Cardinals. I'm sorry, Derpy, go ahead. Packers at Cards.
Give me the Cheeseheads. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Mike, Cheeseheads or the Redheads? What do you like?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
All right. Another 425 game. The last 425 before we get to Sunday evening game. The Commanders at the Cowboys.
This should be interesting.
This should be a good one too, guys. I mean, pound for pound, I would think that the Dallas Cowboys should be better. However, their play so far and their record tell me otherwise. And again, the Commanders coming from the NFC Championship game, kind of backsliding this year. Derpy, who do you like? Washington at Dallas.
I hate Dallas. I hate them so much, just as much as the Patriots.
All right, so that got you.
Pickens can crash out down and burn down in Dallas. So give me the Commanders. They bounce back.
All right, Mike. Commanders at Cowboys. Derpy likes the Commanders.
I'm taking the Commanders. You got Jerry Jones saying, "Hey, we're in a good place to where we can go out and require a difference maker on defense." Motherfucker, you had one and you traded
You
one
had
away.
You're right. Still kind of scratching my head on that one as well, guys. We are into the final three primetime games of the week. Sunday night, the Falcons at the 49ers. This Falcons team again, guys, kind of schizophrenic as it said on the board. The Falcons lose 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers, turn around and beat the Buffalo Bills by 10 points, 24-14. Derpy, I'm going to start with you on this one. Falcons at 49ers. on the road. 49ers are at home. They got a good record. They're winning football games. A lot
Is
of
Brock Purdy back yet?
my Brock Purdy back. I don't
know.
recall.
Man, this could go either way.
You know what? I've been kind of counting out San Fran all year, and they just keep winning
They
football
keep
games.
winning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me San Fran.
San Fran. Mike, what about you?
I have more
Schizophrenic
experience.
Falcons or this injured San Francisco team?
Give me the 49ers. They
have more
surprised me.
experience.
So fuck it. I'm taking them.
All right, guys. Monday night, 2 football games again. One at 7 o'clock. This time, one at 10 o'clock. Not the 7 and the 8 start. As the second game is out on the West Coast. We're going to start with the 7 o'clock game first. This game should be classic, in my opinion, guys. At least if these teams are
This
both
might be the best game.
If these
of the
teams are
week.
both real legit contenders, I couldn't agree with you more, Derpy. I'm going to come to you first. The Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another one-loss team in Detroit, a team that some people thought should have been in the Super Bowl last year. Some people were saying they should be in it this year. Anyway, you slice it, 2 NFC powerhouses this season, Derpy. Buccaneers at Lions.
I don't think the Lions are real deals this year. So give me the Buccaneers. I
All
like
right.
Baker Mayfield.
I do too. All the teams now wish that they had Baker Mayfield. The Browns wish they had him back. The Steelers wish we would have grabbed them. Guys
Yeah.
having an MVP season. Mike, he takes Tampa Bay. Who do you like? Tampa Bay at?
Yeah.
You're taking Tampa?
I'm taking Tampa Bay as well.
Okay. It's at
Ba-
Ford
Ba-
Field.
Baker for MVP.
It's in Detroit. These guys.
Just
Detroit's
there,
a
though.
soft. They're still bitching about their loss to the Chiefs. They're a soft organization who acts like them and their fans act like they're some historically significant franchise. Yeah, for sucking ass in the NFL and forcing 2 of the greatest players of all time to retire early. Fuck the Lions. Fuck their fans. Give me Baker Mayfield.
All right,
I agree.
There you go. There you go.
Whoa.
From the guy that has his ice pad on his hand on his paw. All
I
right,
got
guys.
nothing. I got my little heating pad.
Now we're going to go to the 10 o'clock game. This is the last game of the week. Guys, 10 o'clock start on Monday night. The Houston Texans, who surprised some people a couple weeks ago getting a big win, Mike, they're traveling to the only team to beat our Pittsburgh Steelers, the Seattle Seahawks. That is the 10 o'clock game. Derpy, I'm starting with you. Houston at Seattle.
I would love to go for my guy, CJ Stroud, but that line is terrible. Their whole organization's terrible. Give me the 12th man and the Seahawks.
All right, Mike, finally, let's finish it up with you. Texans at Seahawks. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks for the reasons Derpy said. That the Texans O-line sucks ass, and Seattle's defense, man. We saw how good their front four is up front, so give me them.
And they got a nice quarterback too, guys.
Mhm.
So that wraps up the picks for the week. I do want to say on the board, I did see a bunch of picks as well throughout. We appreciate them, and let's do this now, guys. We're gonna make the jump over because we are rounding third.
Over-under.
We're gonna get to the overs and unders, guys. So great job on the picks, Derpy, Mike. Here we go. Over or under? Mike, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Over or under Aaron Rodgers 1.5 touchdown passes?
Under.
Under Aaron Rodgers under.
Oh wait, you said what? 1.5. I'm gonna go over.
Touch Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers touchdown passes, Derby. Over
Yeah.
or under 1.5?
Over.
Okay, which would mean 2 or more. All right, so both you guys went over on that. Mike, back to you. Pittsburgh running backs 99.5 yards. 99.5 yards by Pittsburgh's running backs.
Over.
Derpy?
Under.
Okay, interesting. Mike, back to you. DK Metcalf, 6.5 catches. Over or under? 6.5 catches.
There's Jen.
Over.
All right. Derby, DK Metcalf, 6.5 catches. 6.5.
Feed him.
All right.
Give me the over.
All right. Mike and Derby, the 2.5 men, I call them, or brothers crackers, if you would. Mike is to those 3 gentlemen, Scotty Miller, Ben Skoranek, and half of Roman Wilson. 1.5 catches.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
1.5 catches.
No, if Roman catches it, does it count as half a catch?
No, it counts
Damn
as
it.
a whole catch.
I'm going to take the under.
All right, Derpy. The 2.5 men, I call them. 1.5 reception between the three of them, over or under.
You know what? I believe in Scotty Miller. Give me the over.
All right.
Believe in Scotty Miller. Wow. I know you won't say anything about Roman because he went to Michigan and beat your ass.
All right, guys. Next one on the list here, Mount Washington. Darnell Washington, our new superstar tight end, over or under a half a touchdown. A half a touchdown by Darnell Washington. Derpy, over or under?
Mount Washington. Feed him too. Over.
All right, Mike, over to you. Same question. Mount Washington, a half a touchdown. I'm sorry, over or under?
Under.
All right.
Ooh.
Mike, I'm coming to you with this one. Pat Fryermuth, 1.5 catches. Over or under?
Under.
Derpy, Pat Fryermuth, 1.5 catches.
Under, just like James Franklin.
A lot of people.
He ain't my coach no more. That ain't my team, Derpy. I'm a free agent. I'm in the portal.
A
baby.
lot of people, guys, are saying that the Steelers are probably going to score more touchdowns than needing our kicker to win us the game this week. But guys, the over or under for Boz this week, 2.5 field goals made. Mike, 2.5 field goals made by Boz, over or under?
Under.
Derpy, 2.5 field goals made by Boz, over or under?
Under.
Here we go. Before we switch over to the defense, this is a combination question. Special teams or defense? 1/2 a touchdown. A defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown. A half a touchdown. It could be either or. Is it going to be over or under? A half a touchdown. A defensive or a special teams touchdown. This might be the kind of game to get one of these. You know what I mean? Over. Derpy, what about you, man? Special teams or defense scoring a touchdown. The number is a half. Over or under?
Defense more likely will do it. So give me the over.
All right. Let's get to the defense. TJ Watt, Derpy, 1.5 sacks. TJ Watt, a lot of people were expecting a big game from TJ. 1.5 sacks for Mr. Watt tonight.
Under.
Mike, Watt, 1.5.
I'm going to go over, and some breaking news. Deshaun Elliott has arrived in Cincinnati.
All right.
Let's go.
He will not have an injury designation. He is expected to play.
There you go, guys.
That is direct. That is direct from Steelers. I believe it's their PR guy.
All right, guys, you heard it.
Yep, let's get right now.
You heard it here first. Deshaun Elliott is in Cincinnati. He's arrived, and that is one thing that's just going to make tonight better, guys. I'm glad that Elliott is there. That is big news. Big news. Big news. Deshaun Elliott will not be missing the game tonight. That is awesome.
He said he wouldn't want to travel.
Mike, I'm going to come back to you on this. Nick Herbig, 1.5 sacks, over or under?
Over.
I know you're expecting a big game from Herbig.
Yeah.
Derpy, same question to you. Nick Herbig, 1.5 sacks. Over.
Over.
Okay.
That's who I think who's going to have a big game more than TJ Watt.
Okay. And Pittsburgh defense, 1.5 interceptions. Not anybody in particular, just the defense. 1.5 interceptions by this Pittsburgh defense tonight.
Over, now that Elliott is playing.
Okay. Mike?
Over.
All right. And Jalen Ramsey, a half of interception or a sack. Jalen Ramsey, 1/2 is the number. Interception, sack, Derpy, over or under?
Over.
Mike, same question to you. Jalen Ramsey, interception or sack? The number is a half. Is he going to get more or less?
Over.
All right. And finally, guys, I gotta go behind bulletproof glass.
Yeah, you do.
Why?
is there going to be a devastating injury,
We're gonna be throwing.
which is going to be
Tomatoes at
one
you.
of our stars goes down or somebody goes down for a long period of time? Guys, the last question on our over-under, as it is always, let me start with you, Mike. Is there going to be a devastating injury? The number is a half. Over or under?
Over.
And Derpy, same question to you. Is there going
I'm
to be?
disappointed in you, Ryan. Why'd you have to bring it up?
Is that your answer? Because that's fair if it is.
That is my answer. Disappointed in Ryan for bringing it up.
So there you go, guys. Finally, Mike, what is the keys to beating the Cincinnati Bengals tonight for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm going to do the standard ones real quick here. Control both sides of the line, offense and defense. And on defense, do not allow any breakdowns in coverage, because Jamar Chase, T. Higgins are a danger to take it to the house at any moment. And on offense, just play clean football. Don't give them an opportunity to get back into the game. And, it's clean football, and don't let them beat you over the top.
Derpy, anything that you want to see out of this game? Is there any certain things that you're particularly watching in this game tonight for?
I want to see Caleb Johnson get in the end zone.
Okay. I think that would make us all feel good if Caleb Johnson, found some pay dirt, found his way to the end zone, and scored. Guys, let me go through a couple messages here because there's some. Let me see. There's some with some context here. Back on Jamal saying, "My mom is a Browns fan too, Derpy. I had to get her a Shador Sanders jersey." Well, that's got to be rough. You know what I've heard? I heard you say that on the show actually. Jamal,
my friend.
Vegas says Falcons are bipolar, getting shut out by 30. Corey says, I thought they were the dog pound. They're so indecisive. Can't pick if they want to be in Cleveland. Can't pick a quarterback. Can't pick a mascot. They stay scratching their nuts at what they do. That's the Browns. No two ways about that. Kenneth Jones, does CD Lamb come back tonight? Anybody have an answer for that?
Last I saw, I checked while we were doing picks. He was limited at Wednesday's practice. That's all I have.
Okay.
So far for that game.
Limited on Wednesday's practice. That's as much as we know about CD. Vegas says Purdy was limited at practice today, according to 49ers TV. Answering your question, Derpy, from earlier, is Brock Purdy playing? Jen, I do want to say hello to Jen on the board. She's been busy training at work, so but it is always great to see you on the board, Jen. I hope you're having a good day.
You. Boom.
Aaron says over on everything. Over on everything. Jen does say hi to Derpy. Corey says over, but only by a half a catch on some. Under on Muth's catches, Corey is saying. Tyrone defense TD by Jalen Ramsey, pick 6. Boy, that'd be great, man. I would love to see it because, Mike, how many times has something happened for Jalen that got called back?
Right.
He picked that ball up a couple weeks ago, and the guy had his
close.
Foot on the sideline or some stupid shit. I hope Ramsey does something awesome. He's just a beast. Tyrone says, let's fucking go, man. This is after the word of the Deshaun Elliott. He's excited. Aaron Jade also. Everyone's excited. Over on Herbig, Corey is saying 25 is huge. Tyrone is saying also on the board. Corey's saying over on Ramsey. He's getting a pick tonight. 3 also. Tyrone is saying again over. Jalen Ramsey on a pick 6. 007, what's up, brother? Great seeing you on the terrible board on this game day. He says Alex Highsmith is always getting injured. You know what? That's why we always ask the significant injury question, because we do have Alex Highsmith on the team, and that's always a possibility with him and his groin or whatever the hell he has going on over there. There we go. Aaron J. This might be Mike. This might be a running for the game ball as well. Aaron J. said the key is to raw dog them.
That is the key.
That's the game plan.
That's the game plan for sure.
If we can raw dog them, we take a stranglehold on the AFC North.
All right. And Tyrone says Blitzburg tonight. 007 says more Roman. And Vegas says Gruden breaks this game down on his site. I seen something about that. I didn't go in and watch it, but I did see that. Vegas. Guys, we are going to start getting ready to wrap things up it's that time again. It's the Steelers game day. I would love to talk to everybody all day, all the way up to the game, guys, but we got to prepare again. Mike, wings, pizza. What's your choice for game day?
Normally it's like a bean dip or chili.
Yeah, you do make a good.
But
yeah.
But I think tonight it's sleep.
All right. Derpy, what do you like to have on game day? What is your favorite?
Wings.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Wings and pizza.
Mike, why don't you tell everybody about the website and we will knock this trivia out. Again, the last Cincinnati Bengal trivia of the week. Mike, go ahead and tell everybody about the website.
The 2Yinzers.com. Check it out, everyone. We got the merch store. We got all of our social media links and we got Vanilla Thunder's Dumb Thoughts. Check it out. The 2Yinzers.com.
All right, everybody. Question of the week. Mike and Derby, put your thinking caps on. Everybody on the board, everybody at home. Here we go. As we do our how well do you know your enemy? How well do you know your opponent? This is the question of the day. What were the Bengals named after? What were the Cincinnati Bengals named after? Question of the day. Did I throw you a curveball or did I throw you a softball? It's hard to tell. What are the Bengals named after? Take a minute to think that over, guys. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. every day right here on the tube.
On the tube.
Question of the day. What were the Bengals named after? Sounds simple enough, right? Mike, what's the thought process?
Well, let's see. Paul Brown's the owner. He was the Browns founder, named him after himself. So I'm going to say he named them after one of his kids' cats that they called Bengal.
Okay.
Because going and saying after a Bengal tiger at the Cincinnati Zoo, Mike, that seems a bit too obvious. I think you're trying to pull a fast one.
Okay. Derby, same question to you. What are the Bengals named after? Oh, that's an odd question. Vegas, I just want to throw it out there. A couple of answers I'm seeing on the board. Vegas says women to men transsexuals. if that helps at all. 00 says a tiger. Tyrone saying a tiger. Aaron Jades saying Paul Brown.
Maybe high school.
High school? All right. Is this your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Final answer for Derby. Final answer for you as well, Mike?
Final answer.
All right. Guys, question of the day. What were the Bengals named after? This is an interesting one, and I wouldn't. Corey says, "How did I know you were going to say that, Mike?" Mike Derpy, terrible board, and everybody at home. In 1937, the Bengals acquired their name from the stove in Josephine Pennington's kitchen. Josie's son Hal had founded a Cincinnati professional football team and also served as a coach. The team did not have a name up until game day. As he sat in his mother's kitchen, he was struck by the forceful logo of her Floyd Wells Company Bengal Range stove, and that is what the name.
No wonder why they suck.
Let's see. Pennington's team endured lackluster seasons until its merciful 1940 flash forward 27 years. Paul Brown decided to revive Pennington's old name for his new team. Guys, the original Bengals was named after a stove. So there you go. There you go.
I hate the Bengals.
That's why they're from Kentucky.
They might as well be from Kentucky. Let me grab a couple messages and we are going to wrap it up for the day, guys. Again, this is game day. It's time to get ready. It's time to get your towels. It's time to get your jersey on. I see Derpy is ready to go. I do got my towel nearby. Mike has his hand on ice. There's nothing more. There's nothing more that screams game day than what's going on right now on this show. I'm going to start right here. Jen says, got my Big Ben jersey on for the game tonight. Everyone talking about Rodgers breaking his passing record tonight, number 7. Yes, unfortunately, that's going to happen. But you know what? I'm glad that it's a Steeler doing it. Aaron says, the key is to raw dog them. Also, Tyrone says, Blitzburg tonight. More Roman Wilson. That was 007. Here we go, right here. Jamal says, it's going downhill. It's going down. It's going down is what he says. I'm sorry about that, I'm sorry about Jamal Tyrone. Tyrone says another good show. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. We appreciate that, my friend. Always great having you here. Jamal says Alex Highsmith is about to go ham. Corey says, send Derpy streaking on the field. We have the better mental toughness to bounce back from it since he won't recover. Let's do this,
Comment
Derp.
of the day. That's the one.
That's might have to go with the game ball. B Dubs, Tyrone says, let's see. Corey says, send Derpy. Oh, we got that. Sorry, Vegas says Vanilla is going to be eating bean dip, then go to sleep and blow himself up under the sheets and will miss work. A Tiger was the guest from 007. Aaron says, all I know is Paul Brown left Cleveland and made the Bengals. That's why they have the same colors. It's true. He actually wanted to, yes, that is very true. And Paul Brown Stadium, what a weird situation that is in Ohio. Yinz had going on over there, Mike. You had this one guy created.
I thought it was after the high school.
It's just, it was just weird. It was weird because then he names his stadium the name of his last name, which is the name of the last team that he. It was very just bizarre, such a bizarre Ohio story, as they usually all are. Corey says, wasn't it something stupid like the Bengals tagger got at their zoo or some shit? Corey says, how did I know that you were going to say that, Mike? Phil said it was a car. Corey says, that's ridiculous. You have to be a diehard Bengal fan to know that dumb shit. Vegas says Derpy can do the Black Mountain Sack belly celebration perfectly. Hey, can do it's very popular in Pittsburgh. Of course they were, is what Vegas said. Wearing JPJ. Tyrone's going with his Porter jersey tonight.
Nice.
Vegas is okay on that answer. And finally, Phil the Steel says, cheers, Derps and TDY. Wearing Psycho Word tonight. That's awesome, brother. Guys, it's time.
It's time. Yep.
Mike, with further ado, I just want to say a couple of things before we do end the show today, guys. I do want to say that if you haven't had a chance to swing by any of our social media sites, you could swing by and hit the like button and follow and keep up with what we're doing on an everyday basis. You can stop by Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and even TikTok. Just swing by, hit the follow button. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet here today, below, hit the like, hit the sub, share, and even leave a comment, if you will. That helps us out, and we appreciate it greatly. We do. Mike, I do also, and Derpy, want to say, Derpy, now that you're 29, you might be going out and getting yourself some beer for the big game. You drink on the game day, Derpy? Because I know you get a little crazy when you drink. I remember the wedding and things like this.
That was a one-time thing, man. That was a one-time thing.
But do stop by your beer distributor or your local place of sale and grab yourself a case of Duquesne Pilsner. The guys over at Duquesne Pilsner have been more than generous, including us in a lot of their promotions, and we're very thankful. We want to pay them by also talking about them as well, guys. Swing by either that or just stop by their social media sites and hit the like button. Show them some love because they are certainly showing us love as well. It's really good beer. We're going to have it here at the studio once again for game night. Mike, unfortunately, might only get to have one beer before he gets his rest for work. But nonetheless, we always do have this beer made right here in Pittsburgh, Duquesne Pilsner. As it says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Mike, anything before we get ready to take off for this game day, sir?
No, man. Here we go, Steelers. Let's go into Cincy and raw dog the Bengals.
I'm ready for some raw dogging, guys. I don't know about you. Derpy, anything before we get ready to go, brother?
Here we go, Steelers. Make sure you check out the stream tonight. I'm gonna do live reaction to the game. So tune into the 2DM Yinzers network tonight.
Swing by. If you are subscribed, you'll see a pop-up tonight, and it'll be Derpy doing some lives. So stop by, check him out, say what's up. He always loves seeing you. Tyrone says peace. Here we go, Steelers. Tyrone also says 5-1 incoming. I agree. Vegas says Derpy went off. Derpy went off on the open bar at the wedding. He sure did.
I did.
It was really, yes. Vegas, have a great evening, everybody. Yes, as well, guys. And I do want to say this before we leave. We want to thank everybody that stopped by and hung out and checked us out today. We appreciate you guys. Really, we really, truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Everybody on the board, you guys always keep things interesting, and everybody at home, whether you're in the car, whether you're at the gym, whether you're just watching on your TV, thank you too. Guys, it's the game. Big time game tonight. My prediction, 36-21. I think the Steelers win. Will be 5-0 tomorrow. Come back at our regular time for Victory Friday. I hope that's the case. Of course, we don't know, but I'm reaching out here and saying that it is going to be a Victory Friday. We hope to see everybody tomorrow at our regular time to talk about tonight's game and moving forward. I do want to say I hope everybody has a safe, wonderful night. Enjoy the game. Get some food, get your jersey, get your towel, get ready for this win, guys. The Bengals, it's a big game for us. Again, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to go over this and everything else heading into the weekend as well. Mike, one more time, I'm just going to cycle through to make sure I'm not missing anything. Mike, anything before we roll?
No, man. Here we go, Steelers. Let's do this,
I got one more
boys.
thing.
My man, go ahead.
We're
You're not gonna
from
take-
the town with the great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You know what? That wasn't that bad. Now that I see his face, his singing is better too. What's going on? I was just hoping he wasn't going to take his shirt off to show us a name or a letter or something on his chest, like you see sometimes. But no, Derpy, that was fantastic. And you know what? Last time Derpy did that, I think Corey actually made a cartoon. So maybe there's more cartoons that coming. I thought it sounded great. But guys, again, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. We hope to see everybody back tomorrow. Jen says, go Derpy. Have a great evening, everybody. Vegas, thank you, sir. You as well. Thank you for sticking around with us. Enjoy yourself tonight. Have a safe Thursday night. Enjoy Thursday night football in your team. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. I hope to see you all then. For Derpy, for Mike in the Steelers Central Mobile Studio, for myself, the Two Dumb Yinzers. Enjoy this one tonight, everybody. Here we go, Steelers. Bye-bye.